Guys, just give me a heads up when you're ready to get this party started. Guys, just give me a heads up when you're ready to kick this.
There we go. Gotta mute the stream. There we go.
Yep.
Good stuff. I want to be able to see the chat at the same time.
Yeah, I've got it up here too. Hi everyone. How's it going? We're waiting on Crimson. He's getting his crazy pills ready. So
I'm back.
All right. All right, are we ready to get this started?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tinnitus Tuesdays, aka International Book Club. I am Jim the Casual, and this is the International Book Club. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
All right, let's go around the table real quick. Blake, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I am Blake, part of the streaming pair Blake and the Casual. You may notice Jim's name is Jim the Casual. He's my casual. We are a duo. We do stuff together. This is one of those things.
You can put two and two together, right? Just assuming. Yeah. And our newest member of the International Book Club, a very special guest, KrimsonRogue, which, because of him, we are reading this god-awful book. Crimson, would you mind telling my viewers a little bit about yourself if they don't know who you are?
Hey everybody, KrimsonRogue. I am an avid reader, a bit of a writer myself. I make analytical videos on YouTube by breaking down adaptation movies and bad book reviews. One of which was, in fact, Empress Theresa, which went on 5 videos and a total of just over 7 hours. Not by design. There really is that much to say about this book.
Sorry, I'm laughing hard because that series is actually one of my go-to video series to watch or listen to at work now, just because like your comedic timing is great, and watching you slowly go insane while you were trying to read this book, it was like I wasn't laughing at you, but I was like laughing with you / crying on the inside because of the pain you were going through.
Well, wait until you get to the last chapter and you're struggling just to end this whole thing.
Oh, Lord. So
Just let it end.
just let it end. All right. So let's go ahead and get this started. Crimson, you might not know this, but we have an interesting little game that we play when we do International Book Club. At the beginning of every chapter, we click a random wheel generator to see who gets to narrate. Because of the nature of this book, there is so much narration that basically not so much a winner here, just pain. So, the rules are, if your name gets picked, you have to read a minimum of 1 page. If after the end of that page, you just throw your hands up and you're like, I'm done. We spin the wheel again, and whoever's next up, they have to keep on going. Typically, 1 chapter, then we just respin. That's about it. So, are you two guys ready to go?
Probably not.
Crimson, we got the thumbs up.
This pain, I can live.
All right, first spin of the night. Shit.
There we go.
It's me.
Oh, boy.
I am the winner. Oh, and of course it's got to be chapter 3. Chapter 3 is boring as hell. All right, here we go.
You only got to do 1 page, Jim.
Yeah. Oh, so when other speaking lines come up, basically whoever's next in line, they get to voice the character. So, here we go. Chapter 3. Boston College isn't a small college, and it's not in Boston.
Okay, thanks.
Fuck me. Okay. It's a large university in Newton, Massachusetts, 6 miles from Boston. The location is as good as it gets. Newton is an upscale neighborhood. Downtown Boston is accessible on the T, which has a terminus right next to campus, and the campus itself is small enough to make walking any part of it quick. BC has 9,000 undergraduates and a nationally known football team, but that's not why I went there. I got a full scholarship plus room and board. It had to be the work of Father Donati and the Cardinal. Father Donut. We got to keep calling him Father Donut. With these people fighting for me, I would be stretching my luck going my own way. Besides, I had some responsibilities to my parents who were comfortably well off, but not rich enough for astronomical tuition costs. Oh, we got it. Who's... Somebody else show up?
Disrupted for a minute.
What? Matt, you said you couldn't make it.
I can't, probably.
God, you're just a tease now. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to keep on
You
going.
just came here to watch me eat chicken, didn't you?
There we go.
Ooh, chicken?
Father...
Ooh, chicken.
All right. Here we go. Father Donut remained in Farmingham. Again, probably the work of the cardinal. Priests are usually moved around more often. He was not too many miles from me, and I might move back to Farmingham. It just keeps going. Every freshman wants to make a good first impression. The first night on campus, the girls wandered from room to room socializing with their dormitory mates as if the first day determined their social life for the next 4 years. Yeah, a little bit. I soon found how sheltered I'd been in Farmingham compared to the sophisticated kids from New York and other big cities. Okay. That night I realized I was not going to be the spark plug of the college scene. Yet. But that was okay. Just as Farmingham High hadn't been the final definition of my life, neither would BC. Good God, there needs to be a comma there. Okay. Monday brought the chaos of finding my way around campus, finding the classrooms of my courses, which had been set up before I arrived, and standing in line at the bookstore. The assignments I got in my classes seemed endless. Could anybody do all that work in a semester? After my last Monday class, I relaxed in my room to unwind. Then a group of girls invited me to join them at a supper, and we walked to the cafeteria. We got our food and sat down. From long habit, I looked around the room. There was a group of kids at a nearby table looking at me. A girl learns to read expressions. One boy was intentionally looking at me. I called him Mr. Intense. He was very handsome, with short hair as black as my own, and he was around 6 feet, which was a good match for my 5 feet 4 inches. I liked taller guys, and apparently he liked smaller girls. Okay. Fucking creepy. Okay. He wasn't gawking at a pretty girl or lusting for her body. He looked interested, and that's okay. A girl gets used to being looked at.
You can tell that this was written by a dude.
Yeah, oh God, it hurts. This, oh.
I got a number of comments in my videos about how this is basically one large entry from r/men writing women.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the most accurate thing I've heard so far. So hey,
oh my God,
good stuff for the future.
Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh fuck. I just remember the wedding scene. Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
That's in this chapter too.
That's in this chapter?
I believe it is, yes.
Fuck. She's really on the fast track here.
God damn it. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna finish the damn chapter. Alright, here we go.
Not gonna make it.
I probably won't. But it wasn't Mr. Intense who made the first move. A boy next to him, Mr. Fast Move, brought his food tray over to my table. Blake, I guess you're up first.
Hi.
Said Mr. Fast Move.
Can I sit here?
Oh, Crimson, you get to voice Theresa.
Goody. All right. Sure.
I said with a smile. I had been advised to be friendly from day one or be labeled a tease for the rest of our 4 years.
I'm Jack Coster.
Said Mr. Fast Move.
Aren't you Theresa Sullivan, the baseball player?
I had been on television a lot.
I am.
I said, and we were off and running. I noticed that Mr. Intense looked disappointed. It made me think of someone whose neighbor won the lottery. That night I looked up both Jack Coster and Mr. Intense on the computer. I don't think his name was Mr. Intense on Facebook, but okay.
I found him.
You found it. There it is. Yeah. Wow, he did go by Mr. Intense. That's weird. BC provided free disk space, and all the students were urged to set up a web page about themselves before they got to school. The kids' dormitories
Back up. A web page? Everybody at BC
Oh
knows
my
how to do HTML?
Wow, that took me a minute to realize, yeah. Wow.
Damn, they might have some more elitist bullshit than I thought they would at this school that is not very elite.
Wow. Jeez. Okay, yeah, wow, that took me a second to make the connection. Okay, moving on. The kids' dormitories were listed, which made it easy to find people if you didn't know their names. It turned out not only did Jack and Mr. Intense both live in my dormitory, they were 2 doors away from each other. So if Jack and I were an item, Mr. Intense was unlikely to interfere.
I just want to point out real quick, it's incredible the way that this proto-Facebook thing was set up by the school, where you could find people if you don't know their names. That makes stalking incredibly easy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a college campus, you know, so you want lots of stalkers there. That's exactly what you want.
It's the best place for it, apparently.
And okay, I went to a smaller college, a much smaller college, and our dormitories were gender separated, so it wasn't like a co-ed thing. I mean, clearly, I know it's not true for most colleges. Is Boston?
So other colleges have multiple floors. They tier it.
Okay.
So one floor is men, another floor is women,
Okay.
and it sometimes alternates, and sometimes it's just like it's girls up from floor 2 up or some shit like that.
Okay.
I had a smattering of dorms like that when I went to college.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to check because it just seems a little weird to me because I had such a small experience with college. Okay. Where was I? Oh, right here. I read the computer screen. Jack was a boy from close to New York City, but not in it. His father was owner of a specialty food store. Jack was going to be a history major, a guarantee of a job in his father's store.
Wow.
What?
Okay. Fuck historians, I guess.
Those two don't link up. Okay, never mind. Mr. Intense was Steve Hartley. His father was a physicist for Intel, and Steve was majoring in physics too. That was
I'm
interesting.
gonna need you to call him Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey? Show me stupid. Okay, up there on the board. He mentioned he was Catholic. Also interesting. Students' personalities showed in their personal pages. Unless they're lying. Steve's page showed the kid of a research physicist, no, there's a comma there. All right. Precise, succinct, and somewhat lacking in spontaneity. Something like myself, actually. It wasn't a bad thing, except in reality TV shows where they have to keep the gab going all the time. Jack was a genuinely nice guy, a good talker, and the stereotypical boy from New York City who had plenty of stories to tell. He seemed to be a gentleman. Jack knew I was not the kind of girl who had to put up with foul language or crude jokes, and he carefully avoided them. He was one smooth operator.
He was Michael Jackson.
Hee hee. We were soon eating in the cafeteria together whenever our schedules allowed, and around campus generally. One Sunday, Steve saw me at Mass. He looked embarrassed, like someone who had missed his chance, not somebody who did something bad. Well, 4 years is a long time, and the campus had a lot of women. Steve seemed nice in person. He always gave me a little smile like he was glad to see me. He and Jack were casual friends and apparently didn't talk about me. But I'd seen the looks. Steve was genuinely interested. I didn't know what I felt about him. We never had a conversation alone. There was nothing wrong with dating Jack for a while. It was already clear that we were not compatible enough for lifetime commitment. He was a little careless about schoolwork and had no passion for his major. I was fanatical about mine, but Jack was fun to be around for the time being. Whew, God, it just keeps going. I was walking out of biology lecture on the way back to the dorm to visit for lunch when I heard an authoritative male voice. Blake?
That's me again.
Yeah, it's back to you. Yep.
Theresa Sullivan.
It was a campus cop.
Yes? I'm getting all the lines from this thing.
I know. I'm sorry, man.
Damn it, Captain. Can you come here, Empress?
I don't know where it is. I'll follow you.
God.
It takes no effort to make her sound like a dingbat.
No, because she is. Well, although apparently she's also the smartest person in the world at the same time. I don't know. A campus wasn't so big that you couldn't reach any central place in 5 minutes. I followed 100 feet behind the cop so people wouldn't notice. We arrived...
Why?
He's gotta be inconspicuous.
Apparently, but the campus security walked up to you and said, "Hey, I need you to come with me. There's something going on. Why would you?"
Nobody heard that.
Well,
You weren't there.
it doesn't matter if you're walking with campus security. There's gonna be a reason. Okay. We're never gonna get through this. Okay.
Just step away for a minute.
Yeah. Okay, Blake. We arrived at the campus police office. I was led to a conference room. Nothing but a room with a long table and chairs and a grease board. Grease board? There were 9 police there. Yeah, grease board. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that... Like a blackboard, I guess?
I suppose so? Unless Norman meant, like, a whiteboard.
Maybe.
Okay, that's just out there. There were 9 police there. 2 20-something guys who looked like upperclassmen and a priest in his 60s. The senior cop painted the picture. Oh my god. I'll go ahead and take it since Blake's taking a break. This is BC President Father Walter Haynes, he said. We saw these 2 men following you around the campus. Do you know them? I looked at the 2 men. They were either my watchers or nutcases. If they were watchers, they must not have said anything yet. They'd be ordered not to. But there they were, and the school had been told something. Had to be told something. I thought about this a moment. Father Haynes interrupted my thoughts. Oh, good. Okay. It was already established at this point that there was like 400 people watching her up at this point, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I don't remember a few details like that, but she's got an insane number of people following her around on campus.
Yeah, and you brought it up, like, cycle the guys through. Just stop making it so obvious. Yeah, okay, this is so...
I'm surprised they found only the 2.
Yeah. There's like 5 guys up in a tree with binoculars and shit.
Found these 10 men sleeping in your closet.
They've got the little like long range microphones and everything. God. All wearing black suits, sunglasses at night. Most totally inconspicuous guys. You nailed it. Oh, God. You seem to be... God, where did I even leave off at? Okay, no, here we go. You seem to be a very interesting young lady, Miss Sullivan. The Holy Father himself paid for your scholarship.
Did he say why?
No, it's a big secret. I spoke to the 2 young guys, assuming they were watchers. I think it's you, Crimson.
Oh, shit, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, awkward.
Yeah.
I've been here a week. It's not so easy following somebody on a campus. Nah. What is that sound?
Wait, yeah, there is an N in there. Oh my god, did he mean to put in 2 H's and... I think he did.
No, okay. Friendly advice.
Yeah.
Don't even think about the typos. I made a game of just counting the missing commas. It's way up there.
Okay, he had to have, like... Clearly this was before, like, modern word processors. Because... You know, autocorrect or like you would get that little red squiggly line that would tell you, hey, you fucked this up. Like just with the misspellings and the typos.
I don't know, because this version came out in 2010.
Yeah, see, I was going to ask you about that.
I think he just turned it off. Like all word
Oh,
checks and whatnot are ignored.
yeah. See, because of the thing that says 2010, I'm starting to think he put this out there in 2010 because the book didn't actually get released until like 13 or something, right? Something like that.
13, 14, I think it was 14.
Okay.
Well, that, and I think that he went back and added in a few scenes piecemeal.
Yeah.
The scene, I believe it was in chapter 2, where she got harassed by the trolls because she was on the boys' baseball team. I'm pretty sure that was added in after some of the initial furor about this book came out, and he was just like
Yeah.
sloppily responding to some of the criticism.
Yeah, I did do a little bit of research before I started this, and I did hear about the craziness that is Norman Boutin and how he's always trying to defend this book. Like, I don't know, but I don't remember the last episode. I think I tried to block it out because we only made it to the first 2 chapters. I want to say that there was a section in there about people poking fun at Theresa, I think. I'll have to double check later on. All right. Yeah. Nah. Okay. Weird. It isn't, said one of them looking for guidance. They were watchers. I said,
It's gone too far. They'll go to the FBI and the newspaper, not the newspaper. Call your boss.
he pulled out a cell phone and whispered to somebody. After a few moments, he said, Blake, I think we're back to you.
He's calling the director.
Eyebrows went up around the room. The tension built as we waited for something to happen on the other end of the phone call. It's just the Pina Colada song on the hold signal, like the entire time over the cell phone.
You like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
Then the watcher told me,
The director is calling the president of the United States.
Did I have everybody's
Ryuji.
attention now? Ryuji? Oh, hey, there we go. Hey, how's it going, Ryuji? Welcome. Are you sticking around for a bit?
Yeah.
All right. Are you willing to read? Because if you're gonna be here in the voice chat, you gotta read.
Oh god.
Dem's the rules, bro. Dem's the rules. Cybermat wussed out, but it's okay.
Of course he did.
I got to give him a little bit of shit. He's okay. I'll put you in the wheel during the next round. Let's see. Where was I?
Where the fuck, man? Where the fuck the PDF?
Look in the Discord. README should be a pinned message. Oh yeah. Quick note, new viewers. If you'd like to jump into the IBC Discord, links below. You can download the PDF, follow along, or if you got the guts, hop in the voice chat and help us out because we've got a lot of characters apparently in this chapter. Here we go. Did I have everybody's attention now? You bet. A few more moments, and the watcher handed the phone to the senior cop.
He wants to talk to you.
The cop took the phone and was read the riot act.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. I understand, sir. I wouldn't want that either, sir.
What? Read the riot act? Is that a phrase?
It's
We're
just a phrase. It's an old one.
oh, okay. We're on page 32 of the PDF right now. Yeah, I wouldn't want that either, sir. After a minute, the senior cop handed the phone back to my watcher. He told everybody the facts of life. Ryuji, you're up. You get to read the next line once you've caught up in the PDF. Because
We will say nothing about this to anybody. Not to each other, not to our wives, not to our... What is this?
10 dogs vote?
not
It
to
was normal.
hey,
Not to our dog.
Hey, Ryuji, need
Yeah.
need you to move the mic a little bit further away from your face, or lower the volume down.
Alright, here,
You're
this
starting to
better?
peak, buddy. You're starting to peak.
Is better?
Yeah, that's better.
Uh, oh my god, this line. Oh, oh good. Oh, not to our dog. Dog.
Not our dogs.
Oh, good.
Keep going, man. You got a half
This is
sentence.
so bad. I mean, this is the first sentence I want thinking. Ah, fuck it.
Keep going.
This is, I'm continue.
Yep.
This situation does not exist, nor will it ever exist. That's all. Oh god. Kill me. Kill me.
Hey,
So,
Okay, what's the
correct
fucking
me
idea
if
with this
I'm
again?
wrong. Did they bring her here to tell her that nothing was happening?
I guess I have no idea.
I think what the scene is supposed to be is they noticed that Theresa was being followed somehow. I mean, she had the inconspicuous 400 followers.
Well, yeah.
So they're like trying to warn her, and she already knows what's going on. What I find interesting is that these guys don't do anything in a room full of cops and a priest for some reason. But they go and they take orders from Theresa when she says, "Call your director."
Yeah, so she's got like the wherewithal to try and get these guys off the hook, or what? Like, she shouldn't even care. She should be like keeping this a secret, right? It makes it kind of fucking obvious. All
I
right.
mentioned this scene adds nothing to the overall story. It's just, yep, confirmation she's still being followed by the government.
Yeah. This
We didn't know that somehow.
like, this whole chapter could have been like just a one-off paragraph or two talking about life growing up in college, and then start talking about the relationship, and then move on from there.
This meeting could have been an email, the book chapter.
I have to send
Actually,
you.
this is like 319 pages. We could have just cut this whole section out.
We could. I don't even.
You could just committed suicide right now.
I lost count of how many times Crimson said that in his review. Like, this whole thing could have been just eliminated. God. Alright. I could have walked out in an instant, but hung around a moment for effect. I looked at each person with an air of confidence. I looked like I had the situation well under control, and they'd better listen to the prez. Then I walked out. Oh, such a bitch. Alright. Come October, it was homecoming week. Always a big weekend on my college campus. There were many special activities going on, and we had to choose a list. Friday nights, the kids would hang around, meaning drift up and down the dormitory hall, talking and joking with anybody there. Hello. Oh.
I know the vernacular, kids. How you doing, fellow?
Steve, you see me walks in. Crownless King, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Talking and joking with anybody there. Jack had suggested we go to a movie at 8. I went down to the second floor to hang around until movie time. Jack's door was open and I walked in. There were 6 boys visiting Jack, including Steve Harvey, and one girl.
Yes.
For you, Blake. Yeah, for you, Blake. There we go. And one girl. As soon as I entered, everybody went silent. I knew something was very wrong. I waited as everybody looked embarrassed. The girl stood next to Jack. She looked possessive. Jesus.
I think that's me.
Yeah.
I don't even know
it's-
what's happened to me.
Yeah, it's Jack. So I think, because I want Crimson to keep on reading Theresa. He's doing a wonderful job. Blake, you get to be Jack. Yes.
So,
Wait, which one of them? So
Said,
me and Crimson are what? Top liver?
you just wait your turn. Ryuji, you might get to play Steve. I have no idea.
nobody's voiced Steve yet. You can be Steve.
Yeah, you can be Steve. That's
What the
gotta
fuck?
be a wonderful back and forth between these two. That's gonna be great. Okay.
Said, I can read
Forward
one.
to it.
Said Jack with a lot of enthusiasm.
This is Jenny.
I said. There was not much else to say until I found out something. Kristen...
Jenny dropped in by surprise.
Krishnarovsky.
Hang on. Sorry, I got distracted. Shiny moment. Jenny dropped in by surprise, Jack. Jack said, "Yeah, I could see that. I couldn't remember seeing her around campus, or at least not in our complex. She might be somebody from outside." The embarrassing silence continued. Jenny looked very uncomfortable. She had known no more about me than the other way around. Jenny's position near Jack made it clear she considered herself his girlfriend.
Do you have anything to say, Jack?
I asked.
I'll be up in a few minutes.
I went back upstairs. This was the most humiliating experience I ever had. All those boys were watching.
That was the most humiliating experience ever.
Yeah. Cutting clip of Homer Simpson so far. So far. So, two-timing Jack was coming up for a last look, was he? I give him something to look at. Oh, God, here I go. Okay, here we go.
Really ham this one up.
Part.
Ham this one up, Jim.
Hang on, I gotta get my tits ready. Here we go. Okay.
What? What?
All right.
Nani?
I went to the closet and pulled out my little black nothing. It was a backless dress made of flimsy, clingy material. It was something appropriate for a party, but in my dorm, with no other girls to look at, Jack would find it hard to forget. He deserved the VIP treatment. No. He's cheating on you. You need to do the exact opposite of the VIP treatment. I know you're trying to be petty about this, but come on.
I would like to point out that one of the selling
It's like
points
a
of this book,
Karen.
Well,
one of the selling points of this book was that it doesn't have like any sexual moments at all, ever.
right. He was like priding himself on that. Right. I forgot about that. He was like trying to make it like a real Christian-centric book, right? Like, yeah. But here we go. 6 inches above the knee wasn't a big deal these days. But to make it more interesting, I folded back the hemline 3 more inches inside the skirt and taped it. Now that was a dress. Hang on.
Wow, she must look great with her taped hemline.
Yeah, because that looks just, that's fashion right there.
Basically a mini skirt.
Yeah, it's just a miniskirt now. I put it on and looked in the full-length mirror on the door. Yep, this would kill Jack. He'd promised to throw Ginny out the window if I took him back. Sorry, Jack. Too late for that. I just read that out loud. Okay. I waited a few minutes. There was no knock on the door. I sat on the bed and turned on the television. They were showing the early part of the Kane Mutiny. I'd seen it before. Captain Quigg was a paranoid personality who couldn't take adversity. It made him a dictator on the ship. He made his men miserable with his inflexible demands. I'm losing.
Kettle.
I'm losing steam on this, guys.
It's making me lose my brain cells, including my ability to speak English. Just reading this shit.
Yeah, oh my God, it got so boring so fast. Again, he made his men miserable with his inflexible demands. Later, there would be an ultimate crisis, a monstrous typhoon that threatened to sink the ship. That's when the captain lost it, and his chief mate, Merrick, took over the ship on the grounds that the captain was nuts. As a reward for his courageous saving of the ship, Mark was put on trial for mutiny. Merrick. Sorry. Oh, God.
Okay.
All right. My dad...
There are no characters for a page and a half.
I am the winner.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. My dad, who'd been in the Navy, read the book and said half of it was about a love story between Ensign Keith and a girl who wanted to be a singer. Eventually, his career took off and she left... Her career took off and she left the ensign. Dad guessed that this boring love story meant something to the author, but it dragged down the book. This book in a nutshell.
Hot meat kettle.
Yeah.
That book or this book? I
There
don't know
it-
which book. Since both books are terrible.
The book is starting to become self-aware, guys. We need to watch it.
Support
Afraid I
mission.
can't do that, Hal.
Even the original.
The movie producers wisely dropped the singer's story and concentrated on the mutiny. It worked because the chief mate's willingness to sacrifice his career to save the crew was a very effective love story of sorts.
No, it's not.
I mean,
Called friendship, you fucks.
yeah, seriously.
And it is the Navy.
Oh, right. The Navy does get mentioned later on in the book. I forgot about that. So
Yep.
Could this be considered foreshadowing? I don't know.
What?
Probably not.
Probably.
I mean, it doesn't. Whatever.
Oh shit, I'm lagging. Nice.
I noticed something similar in a book called The Robe, which my grandmother gave me. It was written by a Methodist minister who filled it with quotes from the Bible. It was a spectacular best-selling book in World War II when the world looked like it was falling apart, but it would probably bomb today. In the Hollywood movie starring
That's because they read that book.
What?
That's because they read that book. That's why it's falling apart.
But it would probably bomb
Oh
today.
shit, sorry.
In the Hollywood movie starring Richard Burton, all the Bible quotes were dropped and they concentrated on the conflict between Burton and Caligula. But Burton and his girl marched off to martyrdom from a more dramatic Emperor's throne room scene than was in the book. Sometimes subtle messages work better than speeches. Oh my god. That's how oh, here we go. This is her being humble again. That's how I operate. I could have criticized Jack in front of his friends for dating me without telling about Jenny, but I said nothing. I let people think it out for themselves. Hang on. The movie. 1 second, Ryuji. I'm almost there. The movie ended with the Kane sailing back out to sea. And what?
Are you join?
Okay, I couldn't understand. Oh, he's back. Maybe. Okay. The movie ended with the Kane sailing back out to sea. Ensign Keith was the only officer of the original crew left after the devastating trial. The next movie was one of those horrible made-for-TV Walking Dead movies. Fuck you, I like those. They're awesome. I couldn't stand them and turned off the TV. The problem with that trash is it didn't address an individual's decisions in life. That was the whole point of Dawn of the Dead. It was all about consumerism. Come on. Fuck.
Nobody ever said that they were smart.
Now I'm just offended on a personal level. It was insulting to avoid challenging the viewer's ideas as if his ideas didn't matter. At least in the Kane mutiny, you were challenged to think whether you would have the courage to take over the ship like Merrick. If you were a real thinker, you'd consider why the Navy didn't look into the circumstances of the monsoon scene before rushing into putting Merrick on trial. Apparently, nothing had been said before the trial. I stared at my roommate's wall. There was nothing to do, and I was milking my loneliness. People who never went to college believed it was one continuous party. In fact, parties were rare. Some colleges...
And confirm, lie.
Yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. Jesus.
Is it Friday? We're partying. Is it Saturday? We're partying. Is it Sunday? We're partying, and then we don't go to class on Monday.
Yeah. Is it a day that ends in Y? Yeah, we're partying. That's... Come on.
Is there booze anywhere in the house? We're partying.
Yes. Is there a reason to go to the liquor store because it's on the way to another destination? We're having a party. It's... Yeah. What was that, Ryuji? Did you say you had a question?
Oh, no, nothing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. We're talking over each other now. It's kind of hard to hear. Hang on. All right. Some colleges had nearby drinking spots just outside the campus where kids crowded in until the fire codes were broken twice over. But BC wasn't like that. Bullshit. It was all residential zone and no commercials. College life was mostly studying and killing time with inane activities. It was a test. If you could stand this life for 4 years, you could stand anything. A lot of kids went nuts and dropped out.
It's almost like
I can relate.
to relieve stress with.
I can fucking relate this. My God, I'm already 3 years and I'm already planning suicide.
I guess you're not gonna make it in life for Yuji. Sorry, because if you can't handle college, fuck. There you go.
Yeah, real life's real hard, man.
Oh.
Super hard.
Think it through, man.
What?
Make
And
good life
going to a
choices.
job. Yeah, I mean, working on a job is easier than going through fucking college, to be honest.
Yeah. Look, I don't have like a super easy life, but you know what? I went to college. This is a lot worse than what college was right now. Norman couldn't have gone to college. It's impossible. I think he's just making this all up. Clearly.
I mean, hang on. This book is self-published.
It is self-published.
So maybe we like wasting money. We've already established that. So.
God. Okay, here we go. After half an hour moping on my bed, I moved to my desk and resumed moping.
Mood.
Oh, God. That hurt. That one hurt, actually. Paging through old magazines was my pretense of doing something. The truth was I was desperately lonely. I thought of going downstairs to see what was going on, but after the scene in Jack's room, my loneliness would be too obvious. I still had a little pride. Okay. It was amazing how quiet it could be on the girls' floor. Okay, there it is. There's the explanation. That was another thing people got wrong. Okay. It was now nearly 9 o'clock and I was near tears. There was nobody around here who cared for me. There wasn't one person I could walk up to and call friend to their face. There was a knock on the door.
I'm in.
I said. Steve Harvey walked in. He walked up close to my desk and said, oh, wait, this is you. This is you, Ryuji.
Yeah, no, this is.
Sorry.
Ginny is Jack's hometown girlfriend. They've been seeing each other for years. He was supposed to show up next week, but he came early.
So, it was going to be all over anyway.
Do you know about her?
No, none of us did.
Have a seat.
I indicated to the bed. He sat down
She's
on the
still
edge.
wearing a sex dress.
Still wearing the sex dress, too.
Wait, what?
She's still
Wait,
wearing.
what?
She's still wearing the sex dress.
The black
What?
nothing.
Yeah, the black little nothing. Oh my god. Jeez.
So this boy comes up to your room and you let him in, and then the first thing that you say after "Did you know about her?" is "Have a seat" and point at your bed. What the hell is that boy gonna think that you're doing?
And once that boy comes out, she's pregnant.
According to Norman's logic, exactly.
Yeah.
I indicated the bed. He sat down on the edge of it. We looked at each other. I must have looked pretty sad after a miserable evening. I sensed that he was aware of how lonely I'd been, but somehow I didn't mind his knowing.
Anything going on in the dorm?
I suggested.
It's an all-night card game.
I heard about the boys playing cards all night. You would think something exciting was going on, but all he did was throw cards around. Okay. There was no intelligent conversation possible when all you did was look at your cards. Why did they do it?
They're playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Playing cards. It's a
college night.
it's a Magic the Gathering tournament just downstairs. That's all it is.
Well, no, I have to look at my cards, Theresa, because if I don't read them, I don't know what they do.
And I have the friend.
What?
You guys don't know that?
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. What? Yu-Gi-Oh? Seriously?
Maybe.
That's sad.
Well. Damn.
I'm sorry, Ryuji.
Fuck, that's a low blow against Yu-Gi-Oh fans. Damn.
Yu-Gi-Oh Abridged is where it's at. If I find another good character, I'll do Merrick Ishtar for it.
Yes. Perfect. All right, here we go. He glanced at my legs. Oh, here we go. My hemline was practically up to my hips when I sat down. Nothing excited boys more than a little skirt.
Oh my god.
It literally says shirt skirt.
That has to be a typo. My God.
Yep.
This
Didn't
is a
even.
PSA. If you're gonna self-publish your own book, probably get at least one person to read it first.
Maybe the author didn't have any friends.
Oh, dude, that's probably true. Ah,
Bikinis didn't do as much. Bullshit. But okay. Oh,
I think Norman's preferences are showing.
yeah. Norman, cover that up. Yeah. Oh wait, you can see that shit. I'm sorry, guys. I think this is Theresa. Yeah.
Yeah,
Will
that's the
you stay
reason.
with me a while, Steve?
I want to.
I smile.
God.
Oh.
I'm
Oh.
sorry. Hey, first of all, Jim requested this voice.
I
Jim
know.
requested it. Okay.
Oh, dude, that was perfect.
Oh, I need a shower now. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Norman talking to Theresa now.
Oh,
Oh.
God. Headcanon accepted.
Yes,
oh,
there it
that's
is.
painful.
I think I just want to blame this voice.
Oh. Oh, it hurts. Okay.
God damn it, now I gotta reply in kind. I think we can find something interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh. I stood up and reached for my deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards high up on my bookcase.
I challenge you to a duel.
Did it duel.
Finally, someone who gets the threat.
Steve must have had a great view of my backside. The DVDs were of the famous BBC production series Victoria.
You ever watch this, Steve? That in reference to the show or her ass?
Yes.
I don't know, but because of some kind of hang on 1 second, Ryuji. But because of a weird formatting error in the PDF, the next phrase looks like just two N's back to back. So Steve makes the sound of Oh. I'm putting you in that position now, Ryuji. You got to step up to the plate, sir. This is where men are born. Kind of.
No, why was I born a man?
A man could be born.
Fuck. You know what? Fuck it. Okay, give me a minute. Give me this fucking plot. It's telling me from the inside out.
Okay.
No.
No.
You'll like it.
Oh.
Okay.
I said, walking over to put the first disc in the player. Sexily putting in disc.
Can't take this seriously.
You guys were taking this seriously?
Yeah, this is Theresa's line.
An 18-year-old girl becomes Queen of England and the British Empire. Everybody wants something from her. She survives 8 assassination attempts. You wonder how a teenage girl got through it. You wonder if you'd have the nerve to take on what she did.
I indicated that he move over a couple of feet and sit back against the pile of cushions. I sat next to him with my left arm in reach of my desk. I think Norman put in the wrong word there, but okay. I leaned my bare back against his chest and said,
This is more interesting than playing cards, don't you think?
Why the heck that Jim we need to do this shit again?
No. Steve, that's you. You gotta say
I
it.
know. How the heck did you persuade me again?
However you...
Fuck it.
say it however you want, Ryuji.
Ah.
Come on. It's all good.
Yeah.
He said with a smile. Is that... Oh, wait, that's narration, isn't
That's
it?
narration.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, because I got a little... Okay, never mind. Moving on. Excuse me.
I already said my part.
Yeah, I know.
There's only one word.
Victoria was made for the English who already knew the story. I had to explain the characters and their motivations. Is history class not a thing? Okay.
Nope.
Apparently not at this college.
Only the BBC.
Steve seemed
My God,
interested. He both marveled at the responsibility the girl took on. She could have she could have withdrawn in her castle and ignored everything going on in the world. She went out to be seen by the people despite assassination attempts and made heavy decisions like sending a band of traitors to Australia instead of letting them being drawn and quartered. Oh God, I just assumed there wasn't going to be a period there. Her uncle was next in line if she abdicated. He did maneuvers to bring this about. The girl queen told him, I'll read it, fuck it. I've made...
No, not Blake, read that.
No, it's a line from a movie, so it doesn't count. I have made mistakes and perhaps I will make more, but I'm a better monarch than you could ever be. I wondered if I could do as well at her age.
No.
Probably
No.
not. No.
Yeah.
No.
That's straight up. Fucking no.
No. No. We took 3 breaks during the night to go downstairs and get little snacks out of the food machine. Some people saw us at 2 a.m., which was sure to start rumors. By daylight, we were giggling from fatigue. We went to breakfast. I was still wearing my little black nothing dress, which stood out at breakfast. Good God.
Why would you wear that? Why would you still wear that? My God.
Well, wait, guys. The alternative is that she'd have to make him wait outside her room so that she could change.
Yeah, but
That's crazy.
okay, let's stick with the theory that Norman wrote this over like 40 years or whatever. The walk of shame was still a thing in the 70s, guys. So okay.
It's not a walk of shame if you're going out with the dude.
Yeah, but if you're so drunk that you forget to change clothes the morning after, that's still kind of a big sign, you know? Of course people are gonna talk. Norman, put it back in your pants. It was obvious from our demeanors that we'd been up all night. Kinky. Girls gave us the eye. I didn't care. Let them think what they wanted. We hadn't done anything we couldn't tell our parents. Nosy girls filled our table and asked what we did all night.
I think.
I said.
Sure, Theresa.
That was great, dude.
That was perfect.
Perfect.
Yes. Steve joked.
That was perfect. Yes. Fucking perfect.
Here
Thank you, guys.
that was good. Steve joked.
Video is on YouTube.
We suddenly had lots of friends. An attractive couple was invited to everything.
They put porn on YouTube.
And they got friends because of it.
I
Wow.
mean, there's already yoga on YouTube. Just search it.
Chapter 4. Theresa starts an OnlyFans. Yeah.
It's the most popular OnlyFans in the entire world because she's the best.
It's the best OnlyFans ever. They're changing the name from OnlyFans to Only Theresa. There it is. That's it. End of story.
Compete.
No one could. And maybe Belladonna, but I think she retired. Steve and I were perfect for each other. We could spend hours together without talking, or we could chatter like 8-year-olds when the mood struck us. I fell for him like a 15-year-old girl in her first love because, really, Steve was my first love. He was
That was the worst metaphor I've ever heard.
That was...
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
have aneurysm.
Oh, yeah, 15-year-old. Oh, God, no. Okay. Fuck, and I just watched Leon the Professional the other day, too, so that's got all kinds of bad imagery now.
Does anybody else think that it's weird that she's like a 15-year-old-ish person in college that has a little black nothing dress?
No, she's like 17 or 18 right now, right?
Not the way that she's talking. I fell for
Right.
like a 15-year-old girl because, like, if it's your first love, you're not falling for him like a 15-year-old girl.
Well,
Yeah.
She skipped 2 years because her hair was just that nice, right?
Hell no.
I forgot about that. She
They were
skipped
jealous.
Yeah, she skipped a grade in high school because of her fucking hair. Because it was thick and luxurious. Okay, no, I gotta finish this chapter. It's like a challenge now. Okay. He was too smart to take advantage of me. He also felt he'd found the right mate and didn't want to mess things up.
Mate.
Mate?
I guess they're animals now.
Maybe. I don't know. We had differences in interests and opinions, but nothing critical. Taking a hint from comments of our parents and grandparents, we promised not to try and change each other. That's what kills a lot of marriages. Nobody could change a spouse, and if you even wanted to, hadn't the marriage already failed? We promised... No.
No, Norman. Norman. No.
Wow. Who hurt you, Norman? He had to have been divorced. Had to have been. We promised that Theresa would always be Theresa, Steve would always be Steve, and that's the way it would be forever.
Okay. We can never change our names. We agree on that now.
Legally, it's legally binding.
Yeah.
It was like the situation with Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson we studied in American history class. The two men were
famous lovers.
God, that gives a whole new context to that musical I just watched. Whoa. I gotta rewatch this.
No, read through the rest of this paragraph. You can feel the sexual tension.
Between
Everybody now ships Hamilton and Jefferson.
No, please. That imagery is not something I want to see.
Hamilton 2, Electric Boogaloo. Okay. The two men were both in Washington's cabinet and argued about everything. Washington had a hard time keeping them from killing each other. Jefferson
It was a hard time, all right.
Oh, yeah. Bow chicka bow wow. Jefferson had been a wealthy kid and had an easy time of it. Hamilton spent his youth on a horrible Caribbean island that made Devil's Island look good. It was the last refuge of criminals trying to escape the law. Slaves had a 5-year life expectancy. Human life had no value. So, Jefferson trusted human nature and wanted a nation of gentlemen farmers with little government. Hamilton thought men were scum and wanted a strong central government in control period.
One of those things is true.
Okay. I don't know which one. I'm not smart. Between Jefferson's Declaration of Independence and Louisiana Purchase and Hamilton's central bank and other government institutions, these two men built the America we know. So why did they fight each other in the cabinet? They were founding a nation. They should have been friends.
No. That's not how disagreeing works, Theresa. Sometimes you don't agree with people.
This is...
So when you're friends, you agree with them over every single thing.
No.
This is not a shonen anime. This is a book.
I'm kind of getting the vibe that Norm is just doing like a stream of consciousness thing. Like
Not even good.
it's not even good. It's like he's, I don't know, forgot his ADHD medication or something, and is just like, and then they started talking about how cool Hamilton was, and
So, like, Steve and I decided that we were never, ever going to be anybody except Steve and Theresa, and that reminded me of some reason of the founding fathers of our nation.
Okay,
Good. We got 2 voice actors here.
hold on. Blake, I need you to use that voice again, only say, oh my glob.
Oh my god.
do it, Blake, do it.
Oh my god, Adventure Time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, Lumpy Space Princess, why are you here?
Yeah.
All right, I'm calling it now. Best show on Twitch ever. That's it, right there.
Wait a minute. We don't have any otters in a swimming pool. Are you sure that you can claim that?
Okay, no, that's fair. Otters in a swimming pool will always be live reading a terrible book. I'm sorry. I apologize to all otters. All right, let's get through this bullshit. Okay. Like those two founding fathers, Steve and I had different childhoods. I had Hal to worry about since age 10. and I had to consider that someday I would have to take part in world affairs. What would happen if the world found out about Hal? It would be chaos. That's why the government was watching me day and night. My father said I'd be captain of my ship and had to learn all I could about the world. Yeah, well, I might be a captain of a lot more than my ship. I took an interest in politics, sociology, and history, though not enough to want a career in any of them. Steve had 2 sisters and a brother, happily married parents, and a good family income.
Doesn't she also have a sister and happily married parents and a good family income?
Yes.
Yes, but the sister will never come up in this story ever again.
Norman forgot about the sister.
Norman forgot about the sister.
Can't even keep track of your own characters. Take the George R.R. Martin approach, then. Kill all the ones you don't want to remember.
The red birthday party. Assassins pop out of the birthday cakes. Okay.
Dude, that would be way more interesting. That would make this book into, like, Evangelion, because, like, a bunch of people come to the birthday party, and then she's the only survivor.
I would watch that. Okay. If he had a... Oh my god. If he had a theme song, it would be Everything is Beautiful in Its Own Way. He wanted to be a physicist like his father and had no interest in politics. He was Jefferson, who thought people would turn out all right, and I was Hamilton, worried about the worst. But we never argued. We got along beautifully. Steve was years ahead of boys his age. He understood that a girl wants romance, not sex just to fulfill some urge. He did nothing ungentlemanly. He did nothing ungentlemanly the first time he entered my dorm room despite my compromising situation. He wanted a lifetime commitment as I did, despite almost universal skepticism. There really are gentlemen like Steve in the world, and every girl wants to be a lady who catches one. God.
Not every girl.
No.
But okay.
Oh,
I think there are girls who want like 15 boyfriends.
just the women that Norm's attracted to. There we go. Despite almost universal skepticism, there really are gentlemen like Steve in the world, and every girl wants to be a lady who catches one. There we go. The current Miss Massachusetts was at BC. She went out with a guy with glasses and an extroverted, jolly personality that reminded me of Jeff Winslow, my high school steady. This was not what people would call a man's man, but eat your hearts out, guys. He was dating Miss Massachusetts. I found out that the previous year he had been the steady escort of that year's Miss Massachusetts too. He found the secret of dating outstanding women. He treated them like ladies.
But he could never hold on to them long enough to actually get anywhere, apparently, because he keeps trading up to the new model.
I'm sorry, Blake. I have to grab the Book of Stupid. Crimson, Ryuji, just hang on 1 second.
Mr. Refresh his
Book of
brain.
Stupid.
Okay.
There.
Fucking. Okay. Gonna keep that
Mr.
handy.
Refresh his brain cells.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this guy going on about here? Jesus. Alright.
It's like new weeds trying to find their waifu.
I mean, that's pretty much it. This entire book is Norman laying out his perfect waifu
Yeah.
and explaining why every other woman in the world should try to strive to be like her.
Well, obviously, every woman is going to have the ability to be possessed by an alien at age 10, be thermonuclear, basically, see a fox one time, and then go to college and wear a skimpy dress and not fuck you.
Alien spooge, baby.
Alien spooge, baby.
We all know that girls in real life are like Cardi B. Fuck anyone and everything.
Including alien spooge babies. So, alright.
Possibly. It's Cardi B.
So it was with Steve. I noticed girls looked at us with envy. They could see we had that eternal love of a Disney full-length animated movie. Someday my prince will come, sang Snow White. Yeah, well, I had my prince.
Yep, it's delusional.
In a
The author's
month,
delusional.
in a month we knew we'd get married, and we wanted it soon. Well, really, now. Could we go 4 years without doing it? Oh my God,
Yes.
Norman.
Yes, because you're gonna have to pay so much more to go to school now, you idiot.
Crimson, I don't know how you got through this fucking thing.
For the record, it took me 2 months.
And now I'm doing a weekly show about it. What am I doing with my life? God,
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
Okay. In a month we knew we'd get married and we wanted it soon. Okay, I did that. Yeah. Mom and Dad raised the parental eyebrows when they learned of our plans following a whirlwind courtship. Fortunately, Father Donut got to know Steve well in our meetings to plan the wedding. Father convinced my parents... I think he meant to put in Father Donut instead of just Father, because it sounds weird.
No, my dad convinced my parents that Steve...
Yeah, because...
That is redundant. That's stupidly redundant. My father convinced my parents.
Well, yeah, but because Norman missed Father Donutty. The father.
Father convinced my mom and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Well, we can make this weird. Father convinced my mom and her boyfriend that Steve was as fine a boy they could add into the family as possible.
That's worse.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Steve was a fine boy, and I was as fine a boy as I was ever likely to meet. And while we were young, he found that some young couples were still together 60 years later. There was nothing to indicate our marriage wouldn't work. There's lots.
Another a month.
Yo, I feel like that could we go 4 years without doing. I feel like this is the author right here. The one that his wife divorced him.
This is Norman's involuntary incel coming out in the book.
Involuntary.
Involuntary incel. No, this is Norman's inner incel. There we go. That's what I meant to say.
Hey.
There is not enough booze in the world. Okay.
There's an involuntary incel in everybody, is what I just got from that. And,
Word vomit, just like the novel, guys. We're trudging through. We got this.
You dragging us.
Hang on. On the other hand, discouraging it might cause harm. It was a dilemma for my parents. Eventually, they approved. It all came down to one question. Did Steve and I know what we were doing? Fuck no. Father Donut had seen Father Donut had seen many young marriages fail and knew the reasons. He believes...
Wait a minute. In the last paragraph, you said you'd found the young couple still together 60 years later, and now you're like, never mind, you're gonna fuck it up.
Oh,
because he wouldn't lay with him. What do you think was gonna happen, bitch?
I don't know. I don't know what would happen. Oh, Cat, sorry, got the chat going. No, Cat, I can't insert Steve Carell going, please, God, no, not on this one. I forgot to put the clip in. I'll do it for the next episode, I promise. He believes Steve and I would succeed. Oh my God. Oh, guys, I got like 3 paragraphs and then I'm done. Whew. The large Sullivan clan had waited for years to see this girl's wedding, and they weren't disappointed. Oh God, it's this scene.
This scene.
Fuck my life. No.
No stopping. You finished this whole page.
I'm just getting the book of stupid ready to go. Okay, here we go. Oh God. The large Sullivan clan had waited for years to see this girl's wedding, and they weren't disappointed. I was gorgeous as a recently turned 18-year-old. For the church service, I wore a 2-piece wedding gown. A floor-length wide skirt with spaghetti shoulder straps was made from matte Duchess satin. Over this, I had a jacket made of peekaboo cotton Venice lace that more or less covered my shoulders and the top of my upper arms so not as to scandalize the congregation. At the reception, the jacket and train came off, and my shoulders and cleavage charmed the crowd.
Yeah, she's a slut. She's a fucking slut.
God!
What? A virgin slut.
God, oh my God, that's terrible.
I'm just.
Wait, hang on, I gotta get the other shoulder.
This is her family.
She wants to become a bitch. Wants to become a slut.
No, Crimson.
One.
Someone sent a plate. Send a plate.
It can't go down any lower. We'll get thrown off Twitch.
Oh,
One
God.
fell swoop. Theresa proved that she's actually from Alabama.
Yo, is it actually possible to become a virgin slut? Because that's what Theresa is right now.
Well, no, Crimson's got a point, Ryuji. It's her family there. Apparently, her dad is looking from the table going, nice. Oh, yeah. That's from the creepy uncle. All of the creepy uncles. Oh.
There's nothing but creepy uncles. The entire section is just creepy uncles.
Theresa's entire family is just nothing but creepy uncles. We get it.
It's her mom, her dad, and then an army of creepy uncles. I mean, like, just look at that one guy. He's like,
Oh my God, shoulder. I haven't seen a shoulder in so long. On an 18-year-old girl.
Insert clip, Lonely Island, jizz in my pants. Right there. That's it. End of the show. That's it. We're out. Okay. Now, here we go. All right, guys, I got 2 paragraphs and a sentence. And now we set up to find out what life was all about. Henry David Thoreau was a 19th century philosopher who lived not far from Boston. He spent a year in one room shack in the woods next to Walden Pond to find himself. He said other men could journey to Africa to shoot giraffes if they wanted, but he preferred to stay home and shoot himself.
That's me. That's me. Yeah, that's me.
can't you pick a more fun animal? Like a giraffe is just tall and it's not.
This guy is me. I prefer to stay at home and shoot myself. Just like Nirvana. Oh wait, no. What was the singer's name? Kent something.
What he meant was you should explore your inner self, which Thoreau did apparently with the bullet. So you'll find your own territory greater than the Russian czars. Men try to prove their courage by going to unexplored jungles, hunting lions with spears, or climbing the tallest mountain, but they don't have the courage to examine themselves. Thoreau said that, not me. Blame him.
Not my fault. I didn't do it.
Blame the author. He wrote this.
This entire fucking paragraph just came out of fucking nowhere. And then to follow it
Welcome
up
to this book.
Oh my God. And then to follow it up, anyway, Steve and I would explore ourselves and each other. Oh God.
Oh man. Blake, Crimson, how much brain cells do you got left? I'm down to my last 5.
They are just being held together with glue at this point. I don't even know.
We hope
You
to
guys, I've watched an entire filmography of Neil Breen in one sitting. I can handle this. This is nothing.
You're right.
It's stupid. Don't get me wrong, but I've already been to stupid.
You're right, Blake. I need to pull in my inner brain machine. All right, here we go. We hope to like what we found. Oh, God.
No.
We moved to a small apartment for privacy during the summer break. It belonged to a retired couple who spent all the warm months touring the United States in an RV, something a lot of retirees did, we learned. Steve's father gave us a new Chevrolet as a wedding present. I was driving the car alone one Saturday to go grocery shopping, thinking of the wonderful future we had, the wonderful future waiting for me. That's the end of chapter 3. I am done, motherfuckers. Woo!
Yay, man.
Oh.
Well done, sir.
Oh my god.
Hang on, I think I have to voice this one. Go beyond, stupid. Plus ultra.
To infinity and beyond.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, I gotta stop being a slut now.
Please, Blake. It's not fucking Monday, all right? It's Tuesday. Act professional. Come on.
It's a
Okay.
Wednesday for me.
All right, guys. Fuck. All right.
Kitty Tuesdays.
All right. So Crimson chapter 4 is where shit starts going down, right?
I love this chapter. It is so stupid. Dumbest thing in the book so far.
It's a good thing I didn't read this book.
What?
Yeah, I didn't read this fucking book.
All right.
And I'm already losing brain cells.
Okay. Crimson, you said this is your favorite chapter. Would you like to volunteer as tribute for chapter 4?
As the
Oh,
narrator.
he will.
As
He
the
will. He said he didn't
Hold on.
Anonymous vote. Anonymous vote.
Ryuji, like if you want to step up to the plate, Crimson, for chapter 4, because I know this is so fucking stupid, I would be willing to let you do this if you want. If you
Think
want.
I can take it on?
Ooh. All right, guys.
I'm so excited.
Oh shit, it's going down, boys. All right. So that means I guess first up in line for the next spoken line would be me, I think. Which means somebody else has to take over for Theresa.
That would be Blake.
That's gonna be Blake.
Got this.
All right. Okay, Crimson, take it away.
I preferred to go to a supermarket in a direction away from Framingham because the extra 3 miles it took to drive along this isolated road more than made up for the waiting in Framingham traffic. It was on this road that 3 cars ahead of me suddenly drew abreast of each other and stopped. I was forced to stop too. 6 men with handguns drawn got out of these cars and surrounded me. Fucking white people.
Get out of the car!
I'm supposed to be the racist here. Dang.
Fucking white
One man ordered. I got out just as the van pulled up from behind. It was a large van with 3 bench seats.
Get in!
Someone yelled as the door to the middle seat opened. I got in, sat down, and found myself surrounded by men pointing guns at me. 3 behind me, and 2 more in the front seat.
Isn't this overdoing it?
No, that's
I
Blake.
have.
This is Blake. Blake's supposed to read that.
Isn't
That's
this
Theresa.
overdoing it?
We have
I
our
asked.
we have our orders.
The van started moving, and I looked around at what might be my last look at familiar surroundings. Blech. I'd known for a year that the president was stewing over me, and a struggle seemed pointless. We drove a couple of miles to a field where 2 military helicopters were waiting.
Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
I already said it.
Oh, you're sorry. My bad.
Said one of the goons. I got out of the van and followed them to the nearest helicopter. It was some kind of VIP transportation helicopter with seats looking forward like in airplanes. It was probably used to haul generals' butts around to important. Damn it.
Oh. God dang it.
I just saw the line. Oh my god.
Oh my god. It was all general bust. Wow.
No,
So that's a
the next part.
that's a different.
It gets dumber. It was probably used to haul generals' butts around to important military spots like Las Vegas and Disney World.
Very important spot.
The most important, don't you?
Get on It's a Small World by 0800, you fuckers. Let's go.
You want those Disney rights be written by us now?
Epcot Center actually opens up and it's just a nuclear missile silo. Like that's canon now. That's head canon for me. Oh my.
There's a hidden new compartment below Disney World.
sat in the seat they indicated and was strapped in. Both helicopters took off and headed south. We passed within sight of my car, still on the road a quarter-mile below. It was surrounded by dozens of cars and trucks. People were standing around talking about what happened. Because she can hear that from inside a helicopter, apparently.
Okay, sorry, hold up. I hadn't read this scene before, but I remember you talking about it, Crimson. So, this literally happened on a major highway in front of a shit ton of witnesses. These government
For
looking...
sure, I need a film adaptation of this now. For sure.
God.
I would finance that. Honestly, I would give that money.
Blake. New best idea ever. We'll talk later.
Jim, I don't think that my hair is long and luxurious enough to be Theresa.
We can fix that. We can put it in a weave. It's fine. We can do it. It'll be fine. Crimson, please continue reading our new spec script.
Oh, and just keep all this stuff in mind for chapters 5 and 6. This will come back.
Oh, great.
Even in the helicopter, they kept several guns on me. They must have suspected I had powers I didn't admit. Well, I did.
What?
We headed south over water at a slight angle to the east. I could see the Massachusetts and Rhode Island coastlines in the distance.
Where are you taking me?
One aircraft.
Oh,
Answered one of the men holding guns on me.
Am I coming back?
There it was. The death sentence. This was the last I'd see of Massachusetts. My fate. I refuse to read this seriously. On moral grounds.
Yeah. It's the principle of the matter.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Am I coming back? No.
It has not gotten stupid yet.
Oh god. I already feel
So,
myself being
I don't even-
stupid.
What page are we on right now, just so I can mark this?
Page 40. Page 40. We're at my face softened and tears gathered in my eyes. That's where we are.
We're
Oh god.
Last
okay,
par-
so
last
we have
paragraph of
200 more
41.
pages.
Yeah, pretty much. Crimson?
My face softened and tears gathered in my eyes. How many thousands of stories had I seen on the news about young people like myself being killed by murderers or in accidents, and I didn't think about it long. Now it was my turn to face death. Death! Death at 18. My mind could scarcely believe it. The unfairness of it made my body shake with revulsion. Dead at the peak of my beauty. When I was just beginning to taste the best life offered. I was a little angry for a moment, but returned to sorrow.
So glad that she's gonna die at 18, unlike several other kids that don't even make it that far. I'm so upset by that.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and beat Norman to the joke. What was the line? I was beginning to taste the best life offered. I thought about Steve.
Okay. Oh, the cat. I thought it was me.
There's the light bulb. No. All right. Okay. I'm composed. I'm composed.
But I didn't cry. I wasn't a phony movie actress using hysterics to milk all the drama she could out of every moment. I was a real person, and I didn't give a damn what these... Keep in mind, there's also no profanity in this book. I didn't give a damn what these kidnappers thought. I'd had years to consider something like this might happen someday. Besides, I had a solid upbringing. I'd been taught that this life was just the beginning. Death wasn't the end. It was the start of a wonderful eternity. Still, it was natural to mourn the loss of this world. Kind of fatalistic. It's like,
Okay, I guess I'll die.
Yeah,
Delusional optimism. That's delusional optimism.
I guess that's it,
Very
guys.
delusional.
Yeah, fuck it. All right. Let me shoot up some heroin before you kill me. All right. Did that come out loud?
Not really.
These guys probably never. These guys probably had never told a girl she was going to be killed and must have expected a soap opera scene. I gave them Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL. What the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
They said a few
God.
words to each other once in a while. I noticed their voices softened. I sensed I'd won their admiration.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they fucking didn't.
Time passed. I waxed poetic. This trip was analogous to a journey through life. How?
Kill me now.
You're born, you drive a car, you get kidnapped by government agents, and then you die. Yeah, that's a good analogy for life.
No, Jim, she's had sex at least one time now.
Not
No, she
necessarily.
didn't.
Not
No,
necessarily.
she didn't.
No. Norman probably
The
wanted to
book
put.
didn't say that she didn't.
Yeah.
Instead of virgin.
No. They said they weren't gonna do it until they got married. They're married, guaranteed at least once. But
I mean, how could he say no after the shoulders?
exactly the charming cleavage. God.
They don't tell you about it. It was only missionary and Steve's into feet.
That does sound like Steve Harvey a little bit.
I mean, two more tight, Marcel. But dang.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Where was I?
Time
I
passed.
could see the thousands of buildings below with their tens of thousands of people, and this was like a journey to see the world. Coast US. All of those people down there going through their daily routines didn't give a thought to the meaning of it all. But I did now, maybe a little too late. The helicopters headed south, approximately parallel to the east coast. Beaches and cities could be seen on the right. I could no longer recognize them.
Theresa.
How are you gonna do it?
You'll be put in a plane with an atomic bomb.
It's a perfectly normal way to execute somebody.
Yeah, with an atomic bomb that would desecrate, let's see, like, I don't know, part of a fucking country?
Hang on. Right there. Yep. You'll be put in a plane with an atom bomb.
Wow.
My eyebrows went up a little. Wouldn't a bullet save taxpayers $100 million?
I think the author knows. I think the fucking author knows.
I'm glad that she knows the price of an atom bomb. That's good.
Oh my god, I think the author knows about taxpayer money. Fucking
Fucking Norman admitted that this is super overkill in his own goddamn book.
he did. I mean, these stupid things. Wouldn't a bullet save taxpayers $100 million?
Clearly, we should have started with sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their heads.
There
That
we
would have been
go.
the smartest way to start.
Yes.
You start at Bond villain level evil, and then work your way up.
Oh my god.
It's only begun to get stupid. But then I realized that they wanted to destroy Hal, not me. And everybody said nothing could survive an A-bomb, except cockroaches, apparently.
Yeah, and Keith Richards.
When is this gonna happen?
Tomorrow afternoon. It's far away.
Far
Beat you to it.
Far away. Wait, who's reading?
They were becoming more talkative. Apparently, they were relieved that I hadn't put on the hysterical expected. I had a day to think of something, if anything could be done.
What did they tell you about me?
You're in danger to the security of the United States.
How?
They didn't say. No need to know.
They didn't know about Hal. Should I tell them and demonstrate the strength Hal gave me? No. That would definitely convince them I was dangerous, and the president knew what he was doing. My chances were better leaving them in the dark. They might chicken out at the last minute and let me go. I remained quiet after learning of my death sentence while the helicopters continued down the coast. I couldn't recognize the landscapes. The helicopters landed for refueling at some military airbase next to some nondescript building that might be used for anything. I was allowed to use the restroom with a warning that armed guards had the building surrounded and I couldn't escape.
She's invincible, you fucking idiots.
Okay, hold the phone. The only powers that Hal's given her so far is the aiming orange dot thing and super strength, right? Oh, and
As far as you know, but like the moment that somebody tries to shoot her, the alien's gonna be like, wait a minute.
yeah.
No.
Like, I think any normal thinking person that had those kind of abilities would have been like, fuck this noise. Just what, jump out the helicopter or take them all down? Hal's gonna protect her.
Jesus, take the wheel as I leap out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
I land very heavily on the ground with a thud. It is not fleshy like I expected it to be.
Jesus, take the wheel.
I'd also like to point out that it's probably not normal operation for military executions to work with the honor system.
No, it's fine. She won't get away. There's no way that she could. We just surround the building with dudes. Sir, you know that we have women in the military now, right? We
What?
do?
Nah, one of the guys comes up. No, guys, it's okay. It's Theresa. She's not gonna run away. It'll be fine. She's a good Catholic girl. It'll be fine.
She didn't even cry when she told her when we told her she was gonna die.
But she was acting like a Navy SEAL, so we got to give her a little bit of respect.
And that means that she could go to the bathroom on her own.
God. All right, Crimson. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm prepared.
No, you're not.
Ah.
The fully fueled helicopters took off again. I let my mind wander aimlessly over the incidents of my short stay on Earth. In retrospect, I'd had a charmed life. Nothing had happened to me.
Really? Nothing?
Which is why the book started here and not 3 chapters ago.
Exactly.
No attacks by sex-crazed boys, no illnesses, no traffic accidents except for the one that got her abducted.
Yes.
No run-ins with the police except for the one that got her abducted. And the one that got her pulled into the dean's office.
No sex
Nothing.
things, boys, except for Steve.
If I were to write my autobiography now, I'd write 3 lines. I was born, I had a good time, I was vaporized by a bomb.
And thus ended the episode right there. Good night, everyone. Nah. No.
Actually, someone would point out, if the book had started with those lines,
Yeah.
it might have actually been a good hook.
You know
yeah, but
what?
then the result after that definitely wouldn't have kept up with the pace.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
No. Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. If it had started with that as an opening line, I would have been, like, a little bit
It
interested.
would have gotten your attention.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it goes on for another 300 some odd pages or whatever after that, after the bomb incident, I mean, but, like, I'd keep on reading, sure. Right up until the alien spooge monster fox situation. That was a little...
Oh, hey, my parents just remembered.
I'm
They
gonna
saw
be out a bit.
sometime.
Oops, I
Yeah,
forgot.
I'm gonna be out a bit. Gonna be out for a bit. Internet's wonky.
Okay.
The negative incidents I remembered, mostly childhood experiences, were so trivial in nature they wouldn't be worth telling in a letter. An ill-tempered dog barked and lunged at me, but did not touch me. From this, I had no love for dogs. When I was 12 and in my mother's car, I saw a traffic accident a short distance in front of us. Everybody drives by hundreds of accidents after they happen, but rare was the person who actually saw one happen. What?
What?
It was
Yeah.
a grisly scene.
Okay.
It was a grisly scene. A head-on collision with one driver instantly killed and 2 other people severely injured. Mom had to be a witness in court. This experience shook me up for a while. Other than that, my life had been an amalgam of routines. And this is what made up a life, not the spectacular events that make the news. I'd been satisfied with my quiet life.
Oh my god. Do you think Norm's just trying to work out his own, like bad memories by trying to write a
Some
book?
bullshit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly on an unconscious level.
Aish.
Oh, hold on.
What's that?
Yes, okay, this is it. This is,
Is this
starting to
it?
get good.
Is this it?
No. This is it.
Yes. Okay. I'm so ready. My body is
Go,
prepared.
go.
Blake, you're going to want to strap yourself in for this one.
All right, hang on.
My body is prepared, sir.
Richie,
I'm
I don't
so
know
excited. I can't strap myself in. Okay. Go.
After
I'm ready.
3 helicopter flights, we finally ended the days traveling at some kind of airbase far south. Maybe we were in Florida or somewhere around there. It had been dark for a while, and I couldn't recognize cities from lights alone. The East Coast was nearly continuous, densely packed residential areas with lights everywhere. Not one person down there knew what was happening to me. I figured out why we were in helicopters. A chopper could land anywhere, such as this quiet part of the airbase, while planes had to land in an airstrip with lots of people watching.
Nope. Sorry. My bad.
It was like an ad for Rise of Legends or something.
Nah, Raid Shadow Legends. Sorry. Sorry.
And now the sponsor drop.
Not yet, guys, but we are willing to sell out.
Are you tired of having money? Buy this game you won't like.
But I thought it was free to play.
Free to play, not free to win.
This is true.
You can win?
They marched me to another one of those nondescript military buildings that only had numbers on them. Building number 39 turned out to be a cafeteria. It was late, and no crew was on duty. The government men told me they had arranged for food to be left out, and I could help myself. I grabbed the tray while looking down the line. There was a beverage dispensing cabinet at the end. Hopefully it had plastic bottles. I walked along and picked up 2 tuna sandwiches, a piece of chocolate cake, an 8-ounce carton of milk, and a cup of coffee. Finally, I arrived at the beverage Finally, I arrived at the beverage dispenser. It was the size of a refrigerator and had a glass door you could open and grab a drink from a shelf.
That is
There
what
were-
that is. That makes sense. That's how those work.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Norman.
That's the vivid imagery that I love so much. There were
Painting.
20-ounce bottles of Coke in there. I grabbed 12 bottles and put them on my tray. The men guarding me dismissed this as the irrational behavior of someone who knew she'd die in hours. One could not expect much better.
How big do you think this tray is? She's got one tray. It's got 2 sandwiches, a piece of cake, a carton of milk, a cup of coffee, and 12 20-ounce bottles of Coke on it.
It's gotta be at least the size of a car door.
No. You know what I'm gonna end up doing after we're done with this? Like tomorrow, I'm gonna go find. I gotta go MythBusters on this, right? I gotta go find a lunch tray and put all this shit on there and see how you would organize it. I have to know how this is possible. I have to know.
Oh my god.
A few feet beyond the end of the cafeteria line was a garbage can. Leaving my tray on the end of the slide shelf for a moment, I walked to the garbage can to retrieve the garbage bag. It was after hours, and the crew had cleaned up and put in a new bag before leaving. I pulled up the plastic bag and returned to my tray to put 11 of the 12 Coke bottles in the bag. Then, I sat at the nearest table to eat.
What?
No, you will not guess what this builds up to. Don't even try.
Are there Mentos? Because I'll be disappointed if there aren't.
No. Here, this is the moment. This is the moment, Crimson. Blake. Crimson and I both know what's about to happen. What do you think? How do you think this situation is going to end up? Okay, because clearly, common sense would tell you that Theresa will not die. Okay? How do you think she's going to escape?
I don't want to guess.
Look, you're not going to get it right. No one possibly could. There's no shame in getting this wrong. It's just
Okay. So
swing
she's
away.
gonna take all of the Cokes that are in the trash bag and shake them up a lot, and then slam it on the ground and just end up somewhere else or some shit like that. I don't know.
Like
I really hope that's right.
like breaking through reality through the power of shooken up Coke bottles?
Yep, makes as much sense as anything else in this book.
I mean,
Theresa, if you shake Coke too much, you distort reality. This book has been sponsored by Pepsi.
perfect.
All right.
Okay. Yep.
The men watching me, 3 of them aiming guns at all times, were impressed by my calm. 1,000 miles from home and anybody I wanted to see, surrounded by executioners, I ate methodically, keeping my eyes down as if I were alone in the room. I glanced at them once in a while. Hardened as they were by a cruel world, their eyes softened at the sight of me. Perhaps they had daughters. How could they justify this? Building 39 had a cot in a back office. They took me to it.
Jim, that's you.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I was laughing too much.
That's cool.
Yep. Try to get some sleep.
I was told.
We leave at 4 a.m.
They left me alone. Again, the honor system. No doubt they had every escape route guarded. I could have easily killed all of them by throwing hard objects at them. But where could I go? An army would be sent out looking for me. I laid down on the cot and slipped the garbage bag of Coke bottles under the blanket so that it couldn't be removed without disturbing me. What was I to think about for the next 6 hours? My thoughts were of Steve. I smiled as I recalled how awkward he looked when he walked into my dormitory room for the first time. I wore that flimsy little black dress outfit and wondered if he'd attack me or run for his life. He handled it well. Before long, people saw how hard we'd fallen for each other. Girls asked if we'd been to bed. That was none of their business. But in fact, we did wait for marriage. We knew we had something special and didn't want to spoil it with regrets.
Sorry. I know. I'm recovering from that paragraph. It hurt my soul. Okay. Wake up. It's 4 o'clock.
God! I had fallen asleep. The whole night was wasted. I was put in a car and driven to a landing strip while it was still dark. We got into a twin turboprop used for short commutes between minor airports. It had 14 seats in single rows separated by an aisle. It was too small for an enclosed cockpit. In fact, I could see over the over the pilot and co-pilot's shoulders through the windshield for a spectacular view. As we headed out to sea, the government men finally put away their guns. They weren't needed. From this point on, there was no escape. I spoke for the first time since they put me in the first helicopter.
I have to know. Exactly when does the bomb go off?
When you reach 60,000 feet.
They go that high?
They can reach 100,000 for a few seconds. Reminds me.
Held up an airman's jumpsuit, a one-piece covering something like the thermal underwear used by northern outdoor workers in the winter.
You'll have this if you want it. It gets cold that... Fucking what? Hang on. You'll have this if you want it? Okay. It gets cold like you wouldn't believe up there.
I'm glad that they're giving her food and like space and privacy and warm clothes when they're gonna blow her up.
Even more so, if you guys recall back to the first chapter, doesn't Theresa radiate a lot of heat?
Yeah.
She
Like an
doesn't
extra
need
40
it.
degrees.
Yeah, the fireman said like what, 115, and yeah, so that never comes back, right?
I don't believe it does, no.
Okay. So Norman, if you ever see this, and I hope
God, I hope you do.
I hope somebody sends this to you, because we have questions, and I need answers, sir.
Which you probably don't have.
You probably don't, but we assume you'll make something up on the spot, and that's going to be good enough for me, because up here, it's like ramming my head into a brick wall repeatedly. I need to know, what was the point of the heat? Yeah, that's it. I just need to know what the point of the heat was, because you never mention it for the rest of the book, from what I understand. So, please, Norman, I beg of you, stop by. Please. I welcome it. Alright, I'm good. Rant over. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I will.
It fit in perfectly with my plan. I looked away so they wouldn't see my interest. This was the last time I spoke to them. Perhaps it was moving away from land, but for a moment, Steve and my parents seemed in another world I had already left. There was nothing they could do for me. I turned to thoughts of my eternity. When pushed to the brink, someone can panic, or despair, or hope. I had always believed. Some people said they had doubts about God. I pitied them. How could they have doubts? Simple reasoning told me the universe could not be in the form it was without design. It might be chaos, but the beautiful way it was ordered against a 1,000,000,000 to 1 odds of elements just happening to have exactly the properties needed to sustain life could only be somebody's design. Besides that, people's intellects could not be material alone and could not be hardwired to understand any concept presented to it. The human mind held universal ideas beyond the reach of matter and evolution. The intellect could not be made of matter, nor could the human soul operate on its own. It needed an omniscient and omnipotent intelligence to move its thoughts. But most of all, the unselfish, self-sacrificing goodness of my mother, father, and Steve was not something that could exist in animals.
I've never seen that in the book before now. I haven't seen any of their self-sacrificing goodness.
Yeah.
Can anybody point out any time that happened?
Her mother sacrificed gasoline to drive her to the mall where she rented the movie.
And she was right about the animals, because you remember a dog barked at her that one time.
Yes.
Soulless killing machine.
Yeah. Self-sacrificing to be a witness in a court case because of a traffic accident.
Yep, true.
Yep.
But what's her dad done? What's Steve done?
Sacrificed his
Not
dignity so his wife could have a boyfriend.
There's that.
I'm sticking with
You did say dignity, right? Oh.
dignity.
Okay. Yep. Just wanted to clarify. Just wanted to make sure. Steve sacrificed missing out on a Magic the Gathering tournament downstairs in the dorms because he wanted to go comfort a girl that he didn't actually know that she was in a emotionally bad place. Wait, was Steve in the room when she discovered the girlfriend?
He was.
He was? Okay.
He was.
Okay. Sorry, that whole scene is still kind of like just a blur. Okay. I forgot he was in the room. All right. Cool.
When Socrates was in prison waiting to be executed, his friend Crito urged him to escape and go to another country. Socrates, the famous Christian, said he enjoyed living in Athens all his life and owed everything to Athens. If he ran away, he would be betraying the decision of the Athens people, even if it was wrong in his case. If we want the life God gives us, we must accept the bad along with the good. That is a terrible lesson.
Yeah.
That is a life well spent. Well, my car's spinning out of control. I guess this is God's plan. Might as well hit that tree.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen. That's the life lesson from God. Just let it happen. It'll be fine.
God is super intelligent, but he doesn't have any will or control over anything that's not a human being in the universe. He made everything to be crazy.
Well,
and then only said, I can control these Sims, but not anything else.
Yeah, but then you start thinking like, okay, he gave us free will, but yeah, no. Religion is weird. That's the only conclusion I can come to now because this book is breaking me.
We're almost there.
Okay.
I recited a prayer in my mind as best I could remember it. It was not a standard church prayer, but was fitting for the end. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie in green pastures. He leadeth me to still waters. Though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Hold up. Yellow flag on the plate. That is a standard church prayer. That's...
Well, everybody remembers the famous line, open the door, Hal.
I stand corrected.
Actually, if you give me a second, I am curious enough. I actually want to look up that prayer to see how far off he got it. Because the way he presented it, it was not a standard church prayer. It sounded like...
I mean, it's damn close. I know it is.
It is. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I think.
Actually, I got it here. Even though let's see, Psalm 23, verse 4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. And the way he presented it when saying, it was not a standard prayer, but it was close enough, I think he wanted to quote the Psalms 23, but he didn't want to look it up, so he just kind of spitballed it from memory.
Oh. So he could have the excuse of people giving him shit, and he's like, no, this is... It's a little bastardized? Because
clearly it's the right in her universe, because she could never get the answer incorrect. She's too smart.
Ooh. Lawyer.
Gotta be it.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah. All right. Crimson, I know you love this chapter because of what's about to happen, but I do feel kind of bad for you for having to read all this shit out, man. I do feel bad.
It's easier being able to mock it openly like this instead of having to stop and take notes and actually think about the literary analysis you're doing.
Okay. But hey, as long as you're having fun. Yeah, okay. Here we go.
The flight lasted for hours. I'd grown tired of thinking, obviously, and let my mind wander through some simple memories. My time had run out. The important issues were settled. My name was written in the book. There was nothing left to do. I saw an aircraft carrier and its half-dozen support ships many miles in the distance. So this was the end. But strangely, I was not afraid. I was past that.
This is a refueling stop.
So it's not the end,
So it's not the end. Yeah. No. God.
said the nearest government man.
Our destination is further on.
He got up and moved closer to me.
When we land, the plane stops with the... Oh, sorry. When we land, the plane stops with a jolt. It can break your neck. We have to get you ready.
What?
We don't want you to die before you die.
Thanks, Vegeta. I appreciate your concern.
Oh my God.
We have like 4 more pages of this chapter.
Crimson, are you okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, let's get this over with.
So remember, I do this professionally. I'm good.
I know. Yeah. No, Oh, it hurts. Okay. Yep. Please continue.
He and his partner got to work. They buckled the seatbelt across my hips. They stuffed large pillows in front of my legs until they were packed in so tightly they couldn't slip a hand in.
I don't think that's how that's supposed to work.
You just put enough pillows in someplace, then there won't be any crash.
They were out of bubble wrap.
Like, they're straps.
Just let her die.
They're... The seats have straps. What's the fucking point of the pillows? Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm trying to ask questions logically about this fucking book. Never mind. My bad.
That's a
My
mistake.
pillow guy.
Raise your arms.
I was told.
Sorry.
I did, and they unrolled a long belt, wrapped it around the seat and my armpits, and secured it high on my chest.
Put your
Put your
hand...
hands on your forehead.
I did.
When we approach the deck, close your eyes and push back on your forehead hard, or you could break your neck. That's not what the pillows were for. Can you remember that?
I nodded.
What?
Jim, you okay there?
No, I'm not.
He's not gonna make it.
I can do it. No. Inner brain. Bring out the brain machine. You can do this. You survived Double Down. You can do this. Okay. No. No, I can do this. I can do this. Okay.
We descended and slowed down. It was somewhat dramatic to watch the approach to the carrier deck. Few people had experienced this,
60 seconds.
said the pilot over the intercom. Groups of sailors could be seen on the edge of the deck farthest from the landing strip.
30 seconds.
The sailors disappeared over the deck's edge, although they could keep their heads up to watch the landing.
15 seconds.
I put my hand up to my forehead.
5 seconds.
I closed my eyes. The wheels hit the deck and squealed. The tailhook snared a cable, and the plane decelerated from 110 miles per hour to 0 in a second. The Jeep...
Sorry.
Just keep going, Crimson. Just keep going.
I'm sorry.
G-forces were incredible. It felt like a giant was trying to rip my arms out of their sockets. My head floated around a bit because I was dizzy.
You did well.
Said one of them. He came over to remove my chest harness and the pillows packed in front of my legs. A vehicle that looked like a small tanker truck rolled out and the plane was refueled. Then the plane taxied up to the catapult cable. Catapult was a large piston and cylinder hidden under the deck that was powered by steam. When it was actuated, steam pushed the piston down the long cylinder and the piston pulled a cable attached to a hook at the front of the plane. I lost track of that sentence. The cable was attached. The engines were revved up to the max, and we took off from 0 to 120 miles per hour in 3.5 seconds. I was crushed back in my seat. No wonder the pilots liked the thrill of their job.
That was nothing.
Said the man to my left.
Wait till the jet take off.
I rolled my eyes to heaven. These guys had to be crazy. Did they think I was enjoying this adventure? I was getting tired of it. This book in a nutshell, it seemed like a week since they forced me out of the car. I just wanted to get this business done. This book in a nutshell. I checked my watch. 3 o'clock. It was another long, boring flight, which left my tired mind nearly blank. I'd almost forgotten what the trip was for. God damn it. Through bleary eyes, I saw the second carrier in the distance. The procedure was the same. Pillows were tightly packed in front of my legs. The chest harness was secured. I was reminded about closing my eyes and pushing back on my head. We landed with the same instant stop. This was the end of the line.
And then it wasn't.
And it was.
They removed the pillows and belts and handed me the jumpsuit that they already handed her.
Yeah.
I stepped into the aisle to put it on. I picked up the garbage bag of Coke bottles and followed the goons out the door. The carrier had thousands of sailors, but they were all below except for a few men needed to handle the planes. There was a group of 12 officers some distance away. The goons and I walked to them. The officers seemed shocked to see me. I guessed they had not been told the person being executed was an 18-year-old girl.
Person being executed by an atom bomb.
This is a perfectly normal scenario.
Just another fucking Tuesday for us, I guess. Yeah, come on, guys. Let's go blow up a girl. Yeah.
It was lucky everybody else was below deck. I could have caused a mutiny. We arrived at the group of officers and waited while the jet plane was prepared. The oldest-looking officer said,
Blake?
They didn't tell me you were a girl.
That was great, man. I was right. They hadn't known. Would it have made a difference? Probably not. There were 3 Oh, God, this part. Oh, God, this part. Okay. There were 3 female officers in this group. The captain probably thought the condemned man deserved a last look at females. I'm just gonna let that stand for itself.
Boy.
That's...
Way to treat your officers.
God damn. Norman? Addendum to what I said earlier. That line? Got some questions. Just throwing that out there. I gotta clip this and start just shotgunning it over to Norman. That's what I gotta do. Okay. I'm ready.
One of the women asked my goons,
What she
What did
do?
she do?
Oh. My bad. Oh.
You be the dude.
Oh. We don't know, ma'am.
How long were you with her?
Since yesterday morning, she hasn't said 50 words. She's a tough little lady, I guess.
Not sure.
I don't know. I mean,
she's a regular Navy SEAL.
Yeah. And we can stuff a lot of pillows around her and not annoy her. So, yeah, it's fine.
Triggered something in the young woman's brain. She thought I should have the opportunity to say something in my defense. Nobody had been given a protocol, so this young woman pulled a cell phone from her pants pocket and boldly walked around the government men until she was almost in front of me. She held up the cell phone, remember this by the way, she held up the cell phone and activated the video mode.
Do you have anything to say?
She asked. I was nervous, but at this point I was more disgusted than nervous.
This is the most stupid thing ever done. I'm glad I won't be here to see what happens.
She sounded disappointed.
Is that all you have to say?
My face softened just like everybody else's face in this chapter.
You mean because of the aneurysms and the strokes? Yes.
Yes, that was the wrong way to leave my family hanging. I once read a famous quote by the Shawnee Indian chief Tecumseh about singing a death song and going out like a hero. I had rewritten it for more universal use, never dreaming that I'd use it myself so soon. This is a perfectly normal thing for kids to do.
If people grieve your passing, rejoice in the good you did, and die like a hero going home, I feel good about who I was, unlike the rest of you fuckers.
Yeah, wait, you guys didn't do that as kids? Read death chants and try and, like, rewrite them to make them more modern?
Well, I did, but I'm weird.
Played video games all day. I didn't really think about anything.
Blake, are we weird?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Continue.
She was more than satisfied with that. She was thrilled. Surely nothing better could be said. Oh, I lost it.
Well, I had a good life, so thanks for that.
There we go.
It's probably the best that we're gonna get.
You want another take?
No. No. We soldier on, sir. We soldier on. I'm keeping it in. It's fine.
Okay, like, I'm more impressed that nobody has taken away her giant bag of Coke bottles.
So, I know what's gonna happen. I know what's coming up, but like, I've made the huge mistake of trying to think about this logically, and I know that's where shit starts going the wrong way. The first night that she slept, she hid the Coke bottles under her mattress so they wouldn't get taken away. But
But then
rest,
they just let her take them.
yeah, the rest of the time, like, no one ever questions it.
She's a hobo. A masterful hobo.
You know what? If we do reshoot this stuff, like, you know, film the scenes and all that, instead of a garbage bag, it's just going to be the hobo stick with the handkerchief, like, hanging on her shoulder the entire time. Like,
Oh no, you should just do the hobo stick with the trash bag attached to it.
we could do that too. Oh, well, yeah, budget, of course, yeah. So, we'll just do that. Okay. I'm writing down all these details, guys. We got this.
One of the goons said,
Time to go.
everybody advanced to the jet. I climbed a ladder and awkwardly got into the cockpit, still carrying the garbage bag of Coke bottles. This is perfectly normal.
Leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, wait, never. Never. Sorry. My bad, guys. Okay. Have a nice life. Okay.
Seaman on another ladder on the other side of the plane reached into the cockpit to get an oxygen mask attached to a long plastic tube. He put it on to make sure it was working.
This is oxygen. You'll need it up there.
He explained and put the mask over my nose and mouth. An elastic strap around my head secured it in place. He waited a moment.
Are you getting oxygen?
I nodded. Okay, I know a lot of people make a big deal about disinfecting a wound before you give someone a lethal injection, but they're about to use an atom bomb.
That's why I'm cracking up over here. I know I was supposed to be reading those lines, but I'm like, my brain is it's short circuiting over all of this. This is
This is spectacular.
it is spectacular in like the worst fucking way possible. Okay.
I just love the way that Norman goes about like explaining a thing and then immediately explaining the thing a second time like you didn't get it the first time. Like the dude is reaching in to get an oxygen mask attached to a long plastic tube.
Yeah.
And then he explained, "This is oxygen. You need it to breathe."
But aren't you gonna blow me up and like once the plane gets up high enough?
Wait a minute, guys. If there's no
kind of
air
love
up
young
there,
lady.
wouldn't she just die?
All right. Okay. I'm
No more interruptions.
no more. We got to get through this. Okay.
Cheap seatbelt.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Hello?
Oh, did we lose him?
I don't know. He's talking still. Hang on. Let me recheck just real quick. Hey, Crimson, I don't know if you can hear us, but we might have lost you. I don't know.
I think he lost the Discord.
Or no, he's still in.
Ready.
There we go.
What happened?
What's up?
I don't know. We lost
I
your.
think we lost you for a second.
Yeah, something weird happened.
Oh, you guys lost me?
Yeah, I think we did because we had no audio from you for a little bit. The last thing I heard was X-shaped seatbelt, but I could see you talking. It's weird. We can hear you now though, so yeah.
I'll just do it over again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't know, it's cool. This was an X-shaped seat belt was attached to my seat near my shoulders and by my hips. This was two belts stitched together over my chest. Given my small size and the device's tight fit, besides its impracticality for escaping the plane quickly, I guess they designed it just for me. That's what an X looks like.
Yeah.
The canopy was mounted on a heavy frame. The crewman lowered it like a closing clamshell and moved it forward. Something slid into place to lock the canopy. While all this was being done, the catapult cable was put on the bow hook. Everything was ready. The crewman climbed down and the ladders were removed. The officers disappeared into the conning tower to watch the show. God, that's morbid. A couple of minutes later, the jet engine of my plane started up. In 30 seconds, engine thrust reached a stable speed. They had to be checking for problems by remote control sensors. The plane was freed and the catapult engaged. I was accelerated from 0 to 165 miles per hour in 2 seconds. Pressure on my back was unbelievable. The man had not exaggerated. The plane climbed steadily. There was no time to lose. I went to work immediately. Blake, you remember your theory?
Yeah.
You were
Oh my
wrong.
god. What?
Also, I'd like to point out, who's flying this plane?
Thank you. Okay. I was gonna ask. Like,
It's clearly Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
ooh, better scene. Hal in her head versus Hal in the jet. Yes. I'm
First,
sorry,
the
Hal.
seatbelt-
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
sorry. No, go ahead. You're good. I'm sorry. I gotta hear this. I'm sorry.
First, the seatbelt harness had to go. I felt around the belt attachments next to my hips for release buttons. I couldn't find any. The belt seemed to disappear into metal slots. It was the same as my shoulders. There was no time to waste looking for the release mechanism. I reached my right hand down to grasp the belt at my left hip. I pulled and pulled with ever-increasing force. The belt stretched and grew thinner until it snapped with a dull pop. I repeated the procedure on the belt next to my right hip with my left hand. It did the same with the belt attachment at my shoulders, pulling forward with both hands. My back pressing against the seat to provide a counterforce. What did I just read? The harness was free! It was much simpler to pull the stitched X in the middle apart. This gave me 2 belts. I tied 2 ends together to give me 1. Finally, I wrapped it around my waist and tied the other 2 ends together. This would keep the Coke bottles from moving below my waist. I wanted them to stay up around my chest. The jumpsuit had a zipper from the collar to the crotch. I unzipped it down to the makeshift belt. I checked the instrument panel. The important mechanical altimeter was easy to find. 11,320 feet. 2 miles. All right. I was doing well. I had time to do some of the bottles. Oh, God, hold on. I need a drink.
that right there, Norma's just typing this epic scene out, and he's like, wait, how high is she? 2 miles up. I gotta put in a fancy number for that to make it seem more dramatic. How many feet in a mile? Times 2. Bam! There's your number. All right.
Grabbed a garbage bag full of Coke bottles and put it in my lap. I uncapped the bottle, poured its contents on the floor, tore off a small piece of garbage bag, wrapped it over the opening of the empty bottle, and screwed the cap over the plastic-covered neck. That would make a watertight seal. The bottle went inside the jumpsuit under my left armpit. I did the same procedure with a second bottle, which went under my right armpit, and a third bottle went on my left side. A fourth bottle went on the right. The altimeter read 22,190 feet. I was doing great! Four bottles were emptied, sealed with plastic and capped, and jammed into my jumpsuit. 11 bottles would provide enough buoyancy to keep my head well above water. The altimeter read 47,520 feet. I watched it carefully. It was nearly over. I thought once more of Steve, of the good times, of the funny moments, of the private hours, and that was just in the bedroom. I now understood his purpose. Sorry. Jim, can you breathe?
I don't know if I'm crying because of the hilariousness of this or if I'm dying on the inside. I don't know.
Probably both.
Okay.
I now understood his purpose. He helped me walk over the unsteady ground to home. In him, I had a foretaste of the Father.
Nope.
Gonna taste father later, I guess. Gross.
Suddenly, it turned into that kind of book.
I can't do it. I can't.
Christian Grey, what are you doing here?
No, wait, not that kind of Christian.
Whoa!
No, wait.
See, this is why we hang out. Okay. Oh. Okay.
The altimeter read 54,140 feet. It was time to go home. As a believer, I was sure I was immortal, and that gave me courage. I pulled off the oxygen mask and said a silent prayer in my mind. Father, forgive me for all my sins. Take me into your house forever. I stood up on the seat and turned around to face the rear of the plane. The canopy was a few inches above my head. I pushed my hands up against it hard. It didn't budge. I increased the pressure and kept increasing it. Still, it didn't move. How much pressure could I exert? I didn't know. There was never a reason to find out, but it had to be enormous. The canopy was moving. Something somewhere was distorting. Metal or something was being stretched, torn, destroyed. The canopy suddenly flew off. I instantly covered my face with my arms as my body was sucked out of the plane. I readily somersaulted head over heels. I was very afraid because leaving the plane guaranteed my death, but I was nowhere near panicking. I knew there was a better world after this one. If she was going to die, why not just go the quick way with the atom bomb?
She's stupid. That's why.
Also, I've got to point out, she's falling from a height of about 54,000 feet.
Yeah.
I didn't include this in the video, but I did look up approximately what altitude you need oxygen.
Yeah.
And usually starting around 20,000 feet is when you really start to need it. So she's about 2.5 times above that. She is suffocating.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay.
Just let her die.
Yeah, so as soon as the canopy flew off, it's kind of like it'd be the exact opposite thing that happens to divers that go way down. Like, wouldn't like the blood vessels in her body just start like expanding because of the lack of air pressure because the air is so thin as well? Right? Because
No, you have the additional pressure of the ocean on top of you when you're diving. When you're coming down, you have less pressure on top of you.
right, but she's that far up. She needs oxygen to breathe. So basically, yes, she would have passed out. But see, I'm not a biology major, so I'm gonna need to double check this. But isn't part of the reason that we're able to survive, at this, at sea level and all that? It's because the air pressure is holding like everything inside of our bodies. That's why decompression is kind of like a bad thing in space. Like the pressure is holding stuff in. Wouldn't it be about the same
In
that high?
space is a vacuum, so like the reason why depressurizing things in space is so dangerous is because how gas works as a whole is to spread out as far as it can.
Right.
And the void of space is so big that it's essentially infinite.
Okay, so basically I'm taking the wrong concept and trying to apply it to a smaller scale.
Yeah.
Okay, my
You
bad.
actually need to leave the atmosphere, then it's a problem. She's still here. She definitely shouldn't be conscious.
Yeah, definitely shouldn't be conscious. We all agree on that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's even easier than that. As soon as the canopy flew off, the sudden rush of wind would have knocked her face right into the rest of the glass.
Yeah.
True.
So, okay, it was never okay. Let's ignore the fact that the plane took off on its own and is flying up into the sky without a pilot, because clearly Theresa's not doing it. So that would mean
That or it's being piloted by Sad Dave.
Yes, exactly right.
Oh my God! Death battle pitch: Empress Theresa versus Superman.
Ooh. I would watch
Somebody
that as well.
get Rooster Teeth on the line.
Oh man. So, okay. So we have to assume that modifications were done to the jet, yeah? So, I guess I'm assuming either, since nobody knows why they're doing it, because they flat out said that the military personnel have no idea what's going on. They've been told nothing. Does that mean that this was a spur of the moment thing to modify this plane to do this? And if so, did they take out the ejection system for the jet? Because
I mean, it's already crazy enough that they're just deciding that they're gonna kill her for no reason.
yeah, but
Like, she wasn't a threat, and then she was married for a little bit, and now we gotta blow her up.
yeah, but okay, Crimson, you might not know this about me. I tend to overthink things, which is probably why I don't have a stable relationship at all. So basically, when I heard about this situation, I thought, why didn't she just like reach down and hit the ejection lever? But then that led me on the train of thought, like, okay, they had to have modified the jet, which means they had to take out all these other systems that are designed for safety, and this is I came to the conclusion that this is stupid.
I think
Just
that's a safe assumption.
Yeah.
Just now, though? Just now?
Well, I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe.
I mean, I think the next line is, I was very afraid because leaving the plane guaranteed my death, but you were already guaranteed your death, so, like, I'm not really sure what you wanted out of that.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, but even so, if I were put in that situation, I don't think I would have the forethought of grabbing a shit ton of Coke bottles to do.
Well, there are Coke bottles that she's thinking specifically for buoyancy, which
Yeah.
means that you need to get to the water first.
So,
Keep in mind, she grabbed the Coke bottles before she knew what the plan was.
yeah.
I actually think she doesn't have a plan. She's still flying by the seat of her pants here.
Could it be that she's just high as fuck the entirety of the book, and this is all
mean,
just a
if
fever dream or something, or a
She
hallucination?
could be high right now. If she's not passed out, she's definitely tripping balls.
Okay, so here's what's really going on. She was never taken to a carrier. She's just in a friend's car who opened up the sunroof, and she's standing up on the seat with the wind blowing in her face, knocking her backwards.
Oh my god, Theresa, get back in the fucking car!
I can't. I have to escape the jet because there's an atom bomb on here, and I'm using Coke
Theresa,
bottles.
we're going like 30 miles per hour. Get in the fucking car!
Don't tell me
Guys, I
what
know
to.
it's funny.
No, go ahead.
I know it's funny when we give her the weird heroin, but we gotta stop.
Don't tell me what to do. God's on my side. Ah.
Oh
Okay.
shit, she's seeing God. She's seeing God.
But I'm the queen of the world. Ah. God.
Page and a half.
Okay. I'm
The
composed.
first thing I know.
I'm sorry.
Good?
Yep, sorry, my bad.
Nah, you're good, man. The first thing I noticed was the complete silence. The scream of the jet had lasted only a few seconds, because wind resistance wasn't a thing in this world. As the plane moved away, it quickly went silent. Except for my breathing, which sent throat sound through bone to my ear, there was absolutely no sound. Oh my god! On the ground, there was always some background sound, even if a person wasn't aware of it. Up here, there was nothing. The second thing I noticed was the extreme cold. My fingers went numb in seconds. Without the jumpsuit, I might already be dead. The bomb went off miles away. The light was so intense, I could see it through the flesh of my arms. Hello,
Well,
radiation poisoning.
congratulations. You're irradiated.
Yeah, no, she's dead.
I mean, there's an extent I'll allow because Hal's kind of this anomalous entity. We don't know what his limits are. He could survive radiation poisoning. It should still be laid out as such, but
Yeah. Like,
it still feels like Norman thinks that atom bombs are just really, really, really big explosions.
I think the word you're looking for is poorly written. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it was established that Hal is in her and, like, surviving inside of her, right?
Sort
It's
of.
like a symbiotic relationship.
Okay. So, even if, well, no, because he's gonna protect her, right? Because I think that gets brought up later on. The radiation would still destroy the host body. Like
Unless he had prior resistance to it, which means that Hal has been in an atom bomb explosion before, or at least some source of intense radiation.
yeah. Which means Norman really missed out on a really classic moment of, like, bringing Hal's consciousness forward, even though I know it's brought up later on what Hal really acts like, but, like, there couldn't have been, like, a little moment where Hal goes, like, hey, don't worry, I got this. This is not my first rodeo. Like, it pops
Hal
in.
never says words, though.
I know.
You should know that by now. Hal is
Like-
just a thing that gives her superpowers.
Like, just all of a sudden it popped into my head. I want a moment where Teresa's like panicking in the jet, and then just like James Franco from the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, he's like, first time, yeah, been through an atom bomb before. It's okay. Yeah. God. Okay, I'm sorry. Last time I will interrupt until the end of the chapter. I swear.
All right, let's go through this. As I fell, the air temperature climbed rapidly. A minute after leaving the plane, it was no longer cold enough to suck the heat right through my jumpsuit. I was keeping some of the heat. I still somersaulted wildly. I took my arms off my face but kept my eyes shut. Films of skydivers showed them stretching their arms and legs out with knees slightly bent and arms back past the plane of the torso. This had the effect of a badminton shuttlecock to keep the body falling true. I stretched out my arms and legs, which, by the way, is actually a lot harder to do if you're not practiced. Momentum from the somersaulting kept my body turning over in all kinds of angles, but the turning was slowing down. Finally, I stopped turning over. My body was in a stable face-down position. This is going to be epic. The air temperature had passed into tolerable territory. I opened my eyes slightly, just enough to see something. The clouds were still far below. I closed my eyes for a while. I opened my eyes again and saw the cotton ball clouds just below. It appeared I was going to pass between two of them somewhat close to me. I reached the top of the cloud layer. I fell between the half-mile thick clouds, and finally I was below them. I'd been falling for minutes. Choppy waves in the thousands were visible on the ocean surface. The strong wind that buffeted my hair on the carrier deck stirred the water. I was glad to see the waves. They'd make it possible to know exactly when I'd hit the water. The waves appeared larger every second. Their approach seemed to speed up, and I knew there were only seconds left. Once again, I covered my face with my arms. My body made a hard belly flop. I was knocked out. The waves brushing my face were stimulating. I regained consciousness. It was the South Atlantic far below the equator, and for the southern hemisphere, June was like December in the north. The water was ice cold. My feet and ankles hurt, but there was no escaping it. I started whimpering. The cold sank deeper into my bones. I yelled and thrashed the water. It got worse and worse. Now I was close to panic and screamed. Dying was bad enough. How painful would this get? In a couple of minutes, my lower legs went numb. The skin all over my body was losing nervous sensation. My screaming stopped to be replaced by intermittent whimpering and groans. It was nearly over now. I quieted down. It was time. All accounts were settled. All debts were paid. I had no more use for this world. I passed out.
And thus ended chapter 4.
Of like 20-something.
Oh my god.
Sweet Jesus.
Oh.
Wow.
You know what? Crimson, you made jokes during your review about how you could only get the first part was 2 chapters, the second part was like you had a hard time struggling to get through the next couple of chapters. I completely fucking understand now. This is insane. Hilarious in the right context, but god damn. The leaps in logic in this thing are like the leaps in logic would put Superman to shame. Okay? It's
quite impressive in that way.
I get,
especially with the information that you don't get. When I first read this, I was slightly under the impression is like, I don't know precisely where she was when she started. Like, what if she went straight up in the jet and fell straight down somehow, and she landed in the water like 100 feet away from the carrier?
ooh. Well,
Also,
yo,
well,
so
can we also
Yeah. Okay. I see what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
later on it's confirmed that's not what happened because, I mean, you'll see, but it's. Can we just appreciate for a moment that this woman just pulled off a 50,000-foot belly flop?
Like, yeah.
She didn't die immediately is the impressive part.
Yeah,
I
she
felt the belly flop from like 20 feet up, and you are really like, I want to die.
yeah. Like professional, like, you seen those videos of the divers that jump off like cliffs, like where it's way more than just like an Olympic high dive or whatever. No, they don't spread out to get air resistance. As soon as they get close to the water, they tighten up and you make as small of an impact as you can when you hit the water. The less surface area, that's how you survive. So Theresa, of course, being the smartest person on the planet at 18, decides to belly flop? Like, I get...
I mean, she's got an alien living inside of her, so I guess she'll be fine.
Yeah, but in the whole explanation of like her fall down, she never even once mentioned how. Like, okay. Girl gets powers. She tries to figure out how to get him to help her with the super strings, with the steak bottle and the horseshoes. But in that entire sequence, she never once tries to, like, hey, Hal, hey, help me out here, come on. Like not even once. Oh my god.
I can't take any more right now. I think this is the end, man.
We've been going for 2.5 hours and we made it through another 2 chapters.
Crimson, it's been great having you here, man.
It
You
really
have made
has.
this way more entertaining.
Oh my
Oh
god.
no, this was a lot of fun to relive. Actually, thanks for having me.
All right, would you like to come back for the next episode next week?
I will have to see if my liver can take it, but otherwise.
Cheers to you, by the way. Thank you so much for stopping by. And you know what? I am so glad you're able to read out chapter 4. That was like I knew the bare bones like Cliff Notes version of that chapter, but that was insane. The comments, like, God, what was the line that got me? I think it was. Oh, it was like right before she jumps or whatever, she started thinking about Steve again. That just... Actually, you know what? Everything in this whole chapter just makes me laugh every time I relook at it. It's... Good God. And then, from what I remember, chapters 5 and 6 are going to be basically just rehashing most of this.
By and large, there are some things that they go into more detail about, like, you know, here's what was happening while this was happening. And it is... Honestly, when I first tried to recap it, I had such a hard time that I had to restart filming 3 occasions. I restarted 2 occasions. It took 3 tries to get through just summarizing chapters 5 and 6. They are that convoluted.
Oh my god.
Oh, hey,
I'm so looking forward to next Tuesday.
hey, good news, Blake. You can watch the first video of his Empress Theresa series now because we've covered it already, so no spoilers.
Do it.
Yeah. I'll send you the link,
Tell you
buddy.
what, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and post them in our Discord too. So if anybody else that watches the series hasn't seen them, they can reference them later.
I love that. Crimson, you cool with that?
I'm absolutely cool with that. Go right ahead.
Fucking A. Oh my god. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I want to get through to the end of this book, but it's gonna be a long 6 months. if we only get through 2 chapters a time, because there's like 28 chapters or some shit. So
We'll get there
Well,
eventually.
it's a marathon, not a race. I get it. I understand. But Blake, Crimson, I felt like I've been through the trenches with you guys, and we're in the middle of a war, and I don't know if I can make it.
Don't worry, if you die, I'll finish.
The stupid has only begun.
No, God. All right, are we wrapping up?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Good night.
Crimson, special huge thank you to you for stopping by tonight. This has made my week, my month even, I will say. I part of me does still feel a little bit bad for making you suffer through this again, but your insights and your little quips have really helped us enjoy this book a little bit more, at least a lot more than our first session. So thank you so much. Any final thoughts for tonight that you would like to give?
Just to remind the audience to drink in moderation and not get behind the wheel of any heavy operation mechanical equipment while reading Empress Theresa. Obviously, I'm getting really tired. And special thing for you guys: don't worry about me reliving any PTSD or anything. I lost my soul after I read the 3 Onision books, so I've got no more hurt to give.
I forgot that you did that, and I forgot how bad those suckers were. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, no, wait, we're not putting that on the reading list. No, no.
Okay, the first 2 are bad enough. I will personally refuse the 3rd one. Okay, Dark Secret. There is only one book in my life I have ever set on fire. It was Reaper's Creek.
Oh.
I'm not making that up. I actually burned that book. I have video footage.
Oh my God.
Oh God, that sounds amazing.
Shit. Okay, that is not going on the list, and if we do, I'm pretty sure if we cut over to like try and get Crimson to come by, it's just gonna be like just a cutaway and just the finger coming up to us. Oh.
Finger? Dude, I'll be calling the FBI.
Oh my God. Okay, guys. Blake, final thoughts?
This has been an experience, and I can't wait for more crazy shit to happen.
Oh my God.
On the Blake and the Casual channel, will be streaming again tomorrow, a little bit later, starting at either 6 or 6:30 Eastern Standard. If you guys would like to join us, that'll be cool. I'm not sure what we're gonna be doing yet. And I need to go. I need to go die. Any other thoughts anybody has?
I'm good.
All right. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you either tomorrow, Friday, or next week for more Tinnitus Tuesdays. Have a good night, everybody.
I'm sorry. I've been holding my pee in for the last hour and a half because I wanted to hear the chapter. Sorry, I just couldn't do it anymore. God. Okay. I'm sorry, I missed all of what you said, Blake, but I'll rewatch it.
I didn't know where you were, so I did the outro.
Oh, you did the outro already? Shit. Fuck. Sorry, I couldn't help it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Crimson, special thanks again. And, yeah, my usual tagline is keep it casual, so I can't say that. I'm gonna say, Pray for us. I think that's the most appropriate tagline for this. Up until we start reading the Onision books, and then it's just going to be like all the comments in the chat are just going to be like suicide hotlines, I'm pretty sure. So, yes. Perfect. Oh my god. Next week's going to be... Oh, man. Okay. No, I can't think about it. I can't. I'm doing it. That's it. We out. Thank you all so much. See y'all next time.